What is the mascot? They're Finlandia what?
Started here.
Hello and welcome to McKenzie Field at Pete Fiorito Stadium as we are here for your Week 3 matchup between your Eureka Red Devils and the Finlandia Lions. I'm Thomas Harrison. Alongside me tonight is Kyle Cashdollar, and we will be coming to you live with all of the action here from Eureka College. We have about 10 minutes left on the clock before our game kicks off. We will be right back with you at about 5 minutes, give you a little preview before this contest kicks off. Hello and welcome back to McKenzie Field at Pete Fiorito Stadium. As I, Thomas Harrison, alongside my partner Kyle Cashar, will be bringing you all of the action today from the Eureka College matchup against the Finlandia Lions. The Red Devils here coming off of a big 38-6 win over Iowa Wesleyan last week in the home opener, a nice night game. Kyle Cashar is going to break down a little bit of what we saw for you in that contest.
Yeah, we saw a very strong run game from the Red Devils, led by Lee Anthony Reesnover. We are averaging 359 rushing yards per game throughout the first couple weeks. We saw a strong defense up the middle, just overpowering of the Iowa Wesleyan offense, and we saw some long shots down the field that connected for big plays.
Yeah, this Eureka College team, that run game has certainly been opening up the pass game, something that we have been looking forward to. So we saw Dom Parks get a couple of long catches down the sideline, as here the first kickoff of the contest for Finlandia will head into the end zone for a touchback. The Red Devils will take over on offense here. We mentioned as a starting group takes the field. This starting group averaging 43.5 points per game through the first two contests of the season. A huge number from the Red Devils. We've seen two really dominant performances by this Red Devil offense. Quarterback Drew Barth now taking the field. You can see Finlandia Lions coming in at 0-2 here, a non-conference opponent for the Red Devils. The Red Devils coming in, of course, 2-0 with big victories over Knox and Iowa Wesleyan. So for the first set of the game, we will see two wideouts with Lee Anthony Reesnover in the backfield with starting quarterback Drew Barth. So we see Favre in motion to the close side of the field. We will see Lee Anthony Reesnover get the ball outside. He will cross the 25, met by a couple Finlandia defenders, and he will get it to just short of the 30-yard line here for the Red Devils. About a 5-yard gain here on first down.
Play clock operator, please start the play clock. Tackle on the play by number 95, Charles McDonald.
Charles McDonald with the tackle there for the Finlandia Lions. This Finlandia Lions roster, we don't see a big roster over here. We're going to see a couple guys playing both ways. As opposed to this Eureka roster, you look and we're close to 100 players there as Coach Kurt Barth brought in such a large recruiting class this season. As now the play action to James Douglas III. He will be up the left side of the field at the 43-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Red Devils here in just two plays.
Yeah, we got some good yardage already. In just two plays, we've gained, 20 yards?
Yeah, this Red Devil squad, of course, playing the play action off of the run game. The run game led, of course, by Lee Anthony Reesnover. We have seen two backup backs in Dowdy and Hughes, each almost eclipsing 100 yards. Hughes, of course, eclipsing 100 yards in each of the last two contests. As now Wesley Burris will be in motion. They will be handed off on the counter to Lee Anthony Reesnover right side. He will juke a defender and just be tackled by the ankles right across the 45-yard line as a short gain of about 2 yards there on first down for the Red Devils.
Early on here, I'd expect to see a bunch of handoffs to Lee Anthony, really get the offense moving, get a few first downs, and then open up the passing game a little bit.
Yeah, you see a bit of a size advantage here for the Red Devils. This defensive line for Finlandia, like we mentioned, a bit of a smaller roster. This offensive line for Eureka really looking to set the tone early. So now we'll have four wideouts for Eureka as Drew Barth is back in the shotgun set. Barth will take the snap, and he will play action to Lee Anthony Reesnover, and that pass dropped by Blake Phillips. Looking for a little bit of a play action screen there. A little bit low. Blake Phillips not able to bring that one in.
Was number 3, Blake Phillips.
As now we will see 3rd and 7 for the Red Devils here on their own side of the field on the 45-yard line. We see now James Douglas III bringing the play in. This Eureka Red Devil squad, you'll see a lot of rotation on these wide receivers. A bit of a luxury here for Coach Kurt Barth. A lot of capable wide receivers that he is able to sub in and really not skip a beat here. So we will see 4 wideouts again, a spread set from the shotgun. Lee Anthony Reesnover in the backfield. So a play action fake. This time screen pass to James Douglas III as he'll juke out a defender around the 50 and take that one across the Finlandia 45 for a first down to about the Finlandia 43. That'll be the second first down of the drive for the Eureka Red Devils.
We've seen a very similar play 3 times now. That must be part of the game plan they're trying to implement. Finlandia is going to give them plenty of room on the line of scrimmage, get it out quick, and give them room to run.
Yeah, you see, as this Eureka defense oftentimes goes with a press man coverage, this Finlandia squad looks like they're going with a bit of an off man and head coach Kurt Barth really taking advantage of that early with a couple quick screen passes. When you've got that 7-8 yard gap, your wide receiver's got a bit of a room to make a move. As a handoff now will go to Anthony Reason over left side. He will look to cut back right. He will break a tackle at the 40. He is off and running down the left sideline across the 20. He has 2 men to beat, and he will get to the end zone. They will call him down at the 1. It looked like he might have been able to stretch for the end zone there, but Lee Anthony takes him down to the 1 yard line. He had 2 men to beat. Lee Anthony Reasanover, instead of trying to beat him down the sideline, he goes right at the defender and tries to break the tackle there.
That was a great play. It looked like he was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by a lineman, but he was able to spin out of it and make a big play.
Lee Anthony Reasanover, we talk time and time again how one defender will not bring him down. Lee Anthony Reasanover right there seeking the contact, initiating contact, unable to stay on his feet to the end zone. Looked like he might have come close. Now under center, they will hand it off to Reasanover as he will waltz into the end zone for the first Red Devil touchdown of the day. Touchdown Lee Anthony Reasanover as the Red Devils are now leading 6-0. Just 12 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter of action.
Well, Thomas, I'd say there was no doubt where that ball was going.
Yeah, you get into that goal line set at the 1 yard line. The defense knows it's coming and still can't stop it. A great push by that offensive line. Lee Anthony Reasanover just waltzes into the end zone there to give the Red Devils a lead here, 6-0 with 12:08 left in the first quarter play, as now Tanner Kenny will be on to attempt the point after. It looks like Finlandia was offsides on that kick as we see a flag there. It looked like the defensive tackle was pretty quick into the backfield there. As we will see what the official call on the field is, but it definitely looked like Finlandia got a bit of an early jump there on the point after.
Offside.
As it will in fact be a defensive penalty, however, on the Finlandia Lions, as the Eureka Red Devils will reattempt that point after attempt. Tanner Kenny, of course, week 1 getting the NAC Special Teams Player of the Week. We saw some great special teams plays by him last week, especially on a snap, went over his head on a punt, looked like it might have been a broken play. Tanner Kenny able to recover, have the state of mind to get that punt off and down it inside the 10-yard line for the Red Devils. As this kick is up and good, however, there is another flag on the point after. Once again, wait to see what this penalty is. Look, another encroachment penalty by Finlandia. This will be declined, and the Red Devils will have the 7-0 lead here under 3 minutes into the contest. The Red Devils not wasting any time getting on the board here.
Not at all. That Finlandia defense did not put up much of a fight. We saw maybe 1 third down play, and we were able to get it out wide. Plenty of running room. They didn't put any fight in at all.
Yeah, we saw Anthony Reasanover, a defensive tackle, had his hands on him at the line of scrimmage, able to get out of that. Running down the near sideline here. Looked like, I thought he got in the end zone personally, but comes up just short. Then the next play able to punch it in there for the Red Devils. Great job by that offensive line of Eureka College. So offensive line, of course, lost a few key pieces last season in Michael Slingsby and Tyler Wildrick, but not skipping a beat here. We've seen some young guys step into this offensive line, led by the veteran leadership of Ryan Barth and Jordan Lamb at both tackle positions. But this offensive line really doing a great job of getting a push here for Lee Anthony Reasanover. As now Tanner Kenny will look to kick off for the Red Devils from the 35-yard line, so we get a chance to see this Red Devil defense that has been dominant early in the season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. They were very overpowering against Iowa Wesleyan last week. I'd expect to see much of the same this week.
Eureka defense allowing just 235.5 yards per game. A lot of that coming in what we would consider garbage time, a big lead. The starters, of course, are off the field, and still teams not really able to move the ball. Iowa Wesleyan last week only crossed the 50 about 2 times, but Finlandia here has a big return as they will look to cross the 50 on the near side. He will eventually be brought down by the kicker, Tanner Kenny, at about the 43-yard line. Finlandia set up some great blocking there on the kick return down the left side. The returner able to cut it back and get across the Eureka 50 as the defense looks to make a big stand here.
Red Devils defense will be put to the test early.
So you see senior safety, a veteran leader on this team, Tony Greenwood, really just telling defense, okay, big return there, just calm it down, do what we do best. We talk about the pressure this defensive line got last week on Iowa Wesleyan, just some great pressure there as they were getting the quarterback almost untouched, it would appear like, before he could even fake a handoff to the running back as they went under center oftentimes. But this Eureka defense, very dominant. As now the Finlandia Lions in the shotgun set. That snap will be rolled, and the quarterback will just fall on it at the 46-yard line. Number 11, Delonte Johnson, the quarterback for the Finlandia Lions, just took the loss on that play. Didn't want it to get worse than it already was with the rolled snap.
Yeah, you've got to. After that happens, you never know. You don't want to risk anything.
Rough first play there from the Lions. Of course, they know this defense is going to come at them with a lot of pressure in the secondary. You see some great cornerbacks, some defensive backs there. Trayvon Moore and Matt Sutton at the cornerback positions, along with Colton Favre and Tony Greenwood, two veterans leaders on the back end there playing safety. As now Delonte Johnson will be in the shotgun set for the Finlandia Lions. This snap, they will hand it up the middle, and this one plugged up at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they will fight forward for a gain of about 3 yards to the 42-yard line there for Finlandia. They will be facing a 3rd and 12 here on their first possession of the contest.
This is exactly what the Red Devil defense needs to do. Let no room up the middle. They got a good return on the kick, but they're giving them no room afterwards.
Yeah, Justin Woolivert, the senior running back for the Finlandia Lions, got met at the line of scrimmage. They did a nice job of getting a little bit of a push there, but in 2nd and long really didn't help them out a lot, as it will be about a 3rd and 11 here for the Finlandia Lions.
Looks like we got a false start here.
And there will be a false start on the Finlandia Lions. We've seen 3 penalties on the Finlandia line, both offensively and defensively, early in this contest here. With 10:28 left in the first quarter, we've already seen 3 line penalties as they will get backed up. It's about a 3rd and 16 and 3rd and long. This is not a situation you want to get in against this Red Devil squad. Great defensive backs. You don't want to pass against this team.
No, and we talked about last week, penalties killing the Red Devils, a few big chunk plays. This week, so far, it's been the opposite. Finlandia's really been hurting themselves.
You'd have to think head coach Kurt Barth definitely preached that all week in practice, getting ready for this game. You want to clean up those penalties in a game like this, especially before you head into conference play. As they will drop back to pass, and safety Tony Greenwood with the pressure on quarterback Delonte Johnson, forcing him to dump that ball off. Looks like the Red Devils might have wanted an intentional grounding call there. Looks like the referees may discuss it, but either way, we will see a 4th down for the Finlandia Lions.
Yeah, it was great play calling there to bring outside pressure.
Yeah, we saw Tony Greenwood coming off the left side, getting in the quarterback's face. He had nothing to do but dump it off at the feet of a lineman, just getting that ball off before taking the sack. Of course, with Finlandia on the Red Devil side of the 40, hoping to get a punt to pin the Red Devil offense deep in their own zone here early in the 4th quarter. Snap is off, and that one is punted. A bit of a low punt. It will roll inside a good Finlandia bounce, as that ball will be downed around the Red Devil 1-yard line. A nice punt there from Finlandia.
Yeah, great punt there. I was a little surprised to see him not field that ball.
Cole Fornwald for Finlandia, the freshman kicker, punter. We talked about a smaller Finlandia roster. You'll see a lot of guys doing double duty here, playing both ways, kicker and punter for Finlandia. A nice punt there. It was a bit of a low roller, but gave time for Finlandia to get down to that ball.
15-yard penalty, first down.
See, now there's just something you can't have on Finlandia. You got them down at the 1-yard line, and you have an unsportsmanlike 15 more yards out, puts them to the 16.
Something I didn't see what happened here, but certainly, like Kyle Cashstaller mentioned, a personal foul on Finlandia, an unsportsmanlike call. You have a team like the Red Devils who just drove down in 4 plays and scored on the last drive, and now you see them. They have the Red Devils pinned on the 1-yard line, now out to 16. A lot of breathing room here as the Red Devils look to pad this lead a little bit here early in the 4th quarter of action. As Anthony Riesenover will be in the backfield, so we see another 2 wide receiver set here for the Red Devils. That one handed off to Riesenover along the left side. He will cut back inside and be met by a couple of Finlandia defenders as he will have another 4-yard gain there. Anthony Riesenover, you see, he's so good at those one-cut runs. He gets the ball, is very patient. He doesn't hit the hole at full speed. He sits back a little bit, waits to see a hole open up, and then he'll hit that hole. And a very physical back, oftentimes the first tackler not going to bring him down.
Yeah, he was one-on-one with a lineman there, and the lineman ended up not even touching him. That was very impressive.
Anthony Riesenover so quick, so physical, as now we will see a spread set backup running back Dowdy in the game for the Red Devils, as we will see 4 wide receivers to the near side of your screen. The lone man at the top at the 20 as Drew Barth will drop back to pass. He will take a deep shot down the field, down the right side, and that one is hauled in. And Leanthony Reasanover is off and running the 20-15-10-5 touchdown Red Devils, as that is an 80-yard touchdown pass for quarterback Drew Barth. Leanthony Reasanover, the running back, spread out wide, man-on-man coverage. Leanthony Reasanover is not often going to be outrun by anybody on this field, folks, and he right there beat the defender. A great ball by Drew Barth. 80-yard touchdown pass to Leanthony Reasanover.
That was a fantastic play call, too. It looked like they were setting up the screen like they had done 3 times earlier. Faked the screen, went long to Leanthony, and connected for the touchdown.
Another great ball by Barth. You mentioned, Kyle, in the pregame, a couple deep ball attempts that the Red Devils had connected on early in the season, and right there, getting the lone man coverage there on Leanthony Reasanover. While he is a running back, he has great hands out of the backfield, and he had that ball at about the 40-yard line, shook off the tackle, and he was off and running. Nobody was going to catch him. Touchdown, Leanthony Reasanover. The Red Devils are off to a 14-0 lead. Just under 6 minutes here gone in the first quarter of action.
This is exactly how the Red Devils drew it up. This is what they wanted early on, get a big lead early.
Yeah, this Red Devil team looking to put it on Finlandia and keep the gas on the throttle here. As we saw in the first 2 weeks, Eureka College has taken a lead and not really looked back, and it looks like they're looking to do much of the same here against the Finlandia Lions here. Just under 6 minutes, 9:02 left in the first quarter of action. Eureka College up 14-0. That 80-yard touchdown pass. Drew Barth actually moved into the top 10 in passing yards last week against Iowa Wesleyan all-time here at Eureka College. Drew Barth, we've looked like the Eureka Red Devils are looking to get a little bit more into the passing game here. Of course, you have an All-American like Leanthony Reasanover. You have 2 great backs behind him in Dowdy and Hughes. But this passing game is a weapon that I don't want to say was underutilized in the past 2 years, but not something you really had to look to in the UMAC conference. But now that Eureka is looking to play in the NAC conference, a lot tougher competition top to bottom, they're looking to get a little bit more versatility in that offense.
Yeah, they just didn't really need the passing game much with Leanthony down there, but we can see it obviously works out for them. So I'm excited to see how it works out moving forward.
As Tanner Kenny will kick that one off, and Pierce Bradford, the freshman wide receiver out of Decatur, Illinois, will make the tackle for the Red Devils at about the 30-yard line. So the defense will take the field again. The defense, we saw a quick 3 and out, a couple penalties from Finlandia, looking to do much of the same here. This defense really wants to put their foot in the ground and drive Decatur back. So we'll see some press man coverage on the outside by cornerbacks Matt Sutton and Trayvon Moore. Finlandia Lions will hand the ball up the middle, and that will be a loss of about a yard there. McKay Skaggs getting in the backfield quickly and putting a hit on Finlandia running back Justin Woolever right there very quickly. Up the middle, we saw Iowa Wesleyan struggling incredibly against this Red Devil defense, and it looks like much of the same here from Finlandia.
Yeah, it's been very difficult for Finlandia so far. In their 4 plays, they've lost 7 yards or so.
Yeah, it's about a loss of 1 there, as we'll see a 3 wide receiver set as quarterback Delonte Johnson will be in the pistol set here. We saw last week Iowa Wesleyan went a lot out of an under center look, and this defensive line just got to him so quickly. You have to think Finlandia might have a little bit more success in the pistol formation as they will complete a pass to the 45-yard line, as he'll be tackled by Colton Favre. Wide receiver number 8, Kenny Kawawa right there, tackled by Colton Favre. A little bit of a quick slant there up the middle with the slot receiver having to be covered by the safety there. A good look from Finlandia.
The ball is on the 46-yard line of the Lions.
As Lions now on the 46-yard line, look to hurry things up a little bit here against this Red Devil defense. Johnson will take the snap, and he will do the quick pitch there to the running back, as he will once again be brought down at the line of scrimmage by number 2, Mason Diedrich, the sophomore linebacker out of Washington, Illinois. We've seen him play a key role in this Red Devil defense here in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, this run defense is giving up absolutely nothing. It'll be interesting to see how Finlandia's play calling changes if they go more to the pass.
Seen, again, a little bit of a quick pitch there, but it looked like the running back right there, Justin Woolever, looked to go up the middle on this Red Devil defense, and we really haven't seen a team have any success thus far in the season. You have to wonder when teams are going to start seeing that on film, try to either get to the outside or utilize the passing game.
Yeah, Iowa Wesleyan was very stubborn last week, would not go away from it at all.
Johnson now takes a snap again. A little bit of a read option there to Wolliver. Wolliver finds a little bit of a hole, and he will take it up to the Eureka College 46-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 1 here for the Finlandia Lions, finding a little bit more success there running off the left side. The offensive line doing a good job getting a little bit of a push there, but the Red Devil linebackers just swarming to the ball there.
There was a gain of 8
See the 3rd and 1, Eureka College. 3rd and out on the first possession here, allowing Finlandia to get that first down. You know, defensive backs like Tony Greenwood, he didn't want even one first down in this contest. A little upset here as they are trying to stop Finlandia here on the 3rd and short. Now they will hand it off up the middle again. Looks like Finlandia will just get that first down, just crossing, just getting the sticks to move there, as it will be a first down for Finlandia to the Eureka College 49-yard line.
Yeah, there was still no room up the middle, but they got just enough, about 1 or 2 yards.
Just a little bit of a push there as you saw defensive backs flying into that pile, trying to push him back. Finlandia here, after not finding success in the run game, has 2 runs for the first down there. Now Finlandia will go with the 3 wide receiver set, as once again Eureka College in that press man coverage. Johnson will take the pistol snap here as he will drop back to pass backfield. That pass is dropped by number 8, Kenny Kawawa there, just dropping that one. A little bit of room to run there, but that pass maybe a little bit behind him, unable to get the hands on that one and secure it.
Fortunate for the Red Devils, it looked like he had a good chunk of yards to gain there.
Looks like Finlandia has figured out if they want any success about this Red Devil squad, they're not going to get those looks downfield if they want to pass. They're going for those quick slants, quick routes over the middle, hoping to pick up little chunks of yardage at a time. Johnson here in the 3 wide receiver set. We will have motion from the Lions to the left side as he will take the snap and hand it off. And that one will be swallowed up very quickly by the Red Devils. Number 53, John Jackson on the tackle. He's swallowed up the Finlandia running back very quickly, and that'll be a loss of about 2 yards, forcing a 3rd and 12 for the Finlandia Lions.
It will be 3rd and
Looked like there might have been a late hit there, but there's no flag on the play.
The Red Devil defense, definitely an aggressive one. You see coaches often preach that 11 hats to the ball on defense. This Eureka squad is not going to get cheated there. They want to be involved in the play. They are going to make sure if there's a pile, it is moving backwards. So you see the Red Devil offense getting ready here on the sideline, counting on that defense to get a big 3rd down stop here for the Red Devils. Johnson here will drop back to pass. So we see 4 men running long for Finlandia as that pass will be completed down the right sideline.
We've got a reception.
And we will see a touchdown there for Kenny Kawawa. It looked like linebacker Cameron Lucas got a little bit lost in coverage there as Johnson had to roll out to the right side. We saw some pressure there from the Red Devil defense, but Kawawa able to find a little bit of space there around the 20-yard line, able to catch that pass, nobody on the back end, and he will take that one into the end zone for a touchdown for the Finlandia Lions.
Getting ready to kick for the Lions, number 10, Avery Hubergries.
Avery Hubergries will attempt the extra point for the Lions. That, in fact, their first touchdown of the season. That extra point, however, is blocked and recovered by Colton Favre. He's off and running down the left sideline as he will tiptoe and be pushed out of bounds at around the 35. He was trying to take that one back to the house for 2 points for the Red Devils. That a very low kick there by the Lions. It looked like a man on the second line for the Red Devils really got his hands on that one. Colton Favre doing a good job of getting that ball back and trying to take that one back. Matt Sutton with the block there. The Red Devils, however, after that touchdown, will still have a 14-6 lead over Finlandia with 4:28 here left in the first quarter of action.
we'll see how this Red Devil offense responds. You know, the defense isn't very happy with giving up that touchdown. Hopefully this offense can get right back at them.
Yeah, right there on a 3rd and long from about the 42-yard line. The Red Devils there got the pressure they wanted, had really solid coverage on the back end, but one Finlandia wide receiver, Kenny Kawawa, who has really been the main target for Finlandia on offense here, was able to just find a little bit of space on the sidelines, stay in bounds, and he took that one to the house for a long touchdown. As now Avery Hubagrees will get ready to kick off for Finlandia. Deep for the Red Devils is John Douglas III. As Douglas will have that ball, he is running towards the near sideline. He has some space across the 35. He will make another man miss across the 40. Couple Finlandia defenders as he will get pushed out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. James Douglas III, a great return there. We talked about, came in as a quarterback, got converted to wide receiver. A guy with great speed for the Red Devils there on the kick return. Returns that one up near the 50-yard line.
It's exactly what the Red Devils needed. Getting right back near midfield after that touchdown.
You need that big return. You look, this offense is going to look to strike quickly. We've seen, of course, Anthony Reason overutilized in the passing and running game, really chunking this Finlandia defense for some big yardage here. So we'll see 2 wide receivers with Wesley Burris in motion to the right side. So they will play action fake to Reasnover as he will pass to Colby Crittenden as he will be tackled around the 31-yard line. A nice play action look there from Eureka College. They will get the ball down to the 29-yard line. Colby Crittenden right there, the crossing route, just beat his defender right there, had a couple steps, able to get that pass. A nice ball from Barth. First down for the Red Devils at the 29-yard line.
It's a first down for the Red Devils.
This Red Devil defense, the Finlandia Lions, of course, having to respect the play action to Anthony Reasnover. That's what every coach dreams of, having a running game where that play action will really soften up the defense on a passing game. As now we see the handoff to Anthony Reasnover on the right side. He makes a man miss at the 20. He is off and running across the 10. 5, another touchdown for Anthony Reasnover. His 3rd of the day. Defenders getting their hands on him, not able to bring him down. Anthony Reasnover, a bad man for that Red Devil offense as he is into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the contest. 20-6 for the Eureka Red Devils.
That looked like he was in a video game breaking ankles. That was an incredible agility.
You saw right there, he had men in front of him almost the entire way, but unable to get their hands on him. Just the quick feet of Reasnover, the great field vision right there, and the presence of mind, making the men miss inside, getting back to the outside where he had nobody to beat. Touchdown for Anthony Reasnover as this kick is up and good, as it looks like another offsides penalty for this Finlandia Lion defense. Finlandia Lions, this special teams unit is having trouble here on the point after attempts. Staying on side, I don't know what's happening there, but that penalty will, of course, be declined. The extra point is good, and the Red Devils have a 21-6 lead here. 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody jump. I wonder if they were just lining up in the neutral zone there.
Finlandia defense having a little bit of problems, but, of course, not able to stop Anthony Reasnover. 3 touchdowns on the day in the first quarter. Anthony Reasnover just going off this offense. You saw right there just a simple handoff up the middle, looking to the left side. Nothing there. He cuts back to the right side and will find pay dirt there for the Red Devils. 21-6 here, and the Red Devils are off and running.
Yeah, like you've mentioned, that run game really opens the pass game. But then once they connect on a couple long plays, run game opens right back up.
Yeah, we saw last week a couple deep shots to wide receiver number 13, Dom Parks. But here the Red Devils taking advantage. Anthony Reasnover just lined him up wide on that last possession and went deep on this possession now, just handing it off to him up the gut, and he will do the work. That offensive line, once again, doing a great job getting a push and great blocking downfield. You see sometimes lines struggle getting to that second level, blocking the backers, but this offensive line able to get Anthony to that second level and clear his path to the end zone as Tanner Kenny kicks this one off, as it will be caught at the 5-yard line, and Finlandia is off and running. Finlandia, again, a good return here. They're looking across 50. Tanner Kenny, the last man to beat, and he will make the tackle at about the 43-yard line. Tanner Kenny, the kicker, has been forced to make a couple tackles here on special teams. This Eureka squad having a little bit of trouble early on the kickoff unit.
Yeah, there's a flag here. I wonder if it'll be blocking the back. It looked like it was about around that area.
Return, holding, Return team number 33.
It will instead be a holding call on number 33, Justin Wolver, the running back for Finlandia, having to play on special teams here. We mentioned that smaller roster. You'll see a lot of guys filling multiple roles. That holding penalty will negate a large return there, once again across 50, and Finlandia will instead start at their own 26-yard line.
You know, we've said it a bunch. Penalties absolutely kill you.
Yeah, these penalties really hurting Finlandia early. Of course, at the 21-yard line here, forcing to start offense. That really about a 35-yard penalty there for Finlandia. Hurts such a big return, maybe gives you a little bit of momentum, instead having to start deep in your own zone. As now they will try a rollout pass here, and that one caught at about the 29-yard line.
Number 84.
That one caught by 84, Manny Woods, the freshman out of Flint, Michigan there. We saw Alec Blanc, the freshman quarterback, in there for Finlandia. A bit of a rollout look, rolling out across his body. A nice ball there. It looked like the Eureka defender had position there, just putting it in a spot where his wide receiver could get his hands on the ball.
The receiver went up and made a great play.
As now Blanc, the second quarterback in for Finlandia. Interesting here early in the contest, switching quarterbacks up for Finlandia. So now Blanc will take the pistol snap, and he will hand it off to Wolver, and Wolver will be swallowed up in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss. The Red Devil defensive line again getting a great push and getting in the backfield there. As Julius Payton will make the tackle in the backfield for the Red Devils. As now there will be another third down here for the Finlandia Lions. 3rd and 5 here as this defense looks to get a quick 3-and-out here for the Red Devils. So we'll see 3 wide receivers on the right side, the near side of your screen here, as we will see some man coverage from the Red Devils. And there, a handoff to Wolver on 3rd and 5, and again swallowed up in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard. We talked about for the past 2 weeks, teams really struggling to run up the middle of this Red Devil defense, but Finlandia electing to go for it up the middle on 3rd and 5. They will get pushed back, and that'll be a quick 3-and-out for the Lions.
You know, I'm really shocked to see that play call. The only success that Finlandia has seen is in the passing game. 3rd and 5, I thought sure they'd go to the passing.
Yeah, you see this Red Devil defense really being tight on these Finlandia wide receivers, but a little bit of success there in the quick pass game over the middle, some quick slants. Right there, Finlandia electing to rush right there, as this punt will be a low line drive. James Douglas III and number 3, Datavion Woodson will pick that ball up. A short return. He will be tackled at about the 38-yard line, as the Red Devils will look to get another quick offensive score here. This Red Devil team, you would think with a team that is really rush heavy, they wouldn't be such a quick strike team, but this Red Devil team has been picking up big chunks of yardage here early.
I would expect to see more of the same as this game goes on.
And you see it already looks like running back All-American number 25, Anthony Reasonover, has checked out of the contest. This team up 21-6 here early in the contest. You will see Dowdy and Hughes in the backfield now for the Red Devils, looking to get a little bit of action. As that low snap will be handled by Barth. He will hand off to Dowdy, and Dowdy had about one man to beat there for some space. He will be brought down around the 40-yard line for about a gain of 1 yard for the freshman out of Cincinnati, Peyton Dowdy. We talked about there, that just one man to beat. It looked like he had a little bit of space, good blocking from those wide receivers downfield, but that defensive back able to wrap him up around the ankles, bring him down. A short gain for the Red Devils here, looking at a 2nd and long. As now Joe Hughes will be the lone back in the backfield with quarterback Drew Barth. The shotgun snap will go play action, and that pass picked off by number 20, Dylan Harden of Finlandia. A slant there. It looked like Barth had a good look there, but the Finlandia defender making a good jump on that ball, getting the interception right around the Red Devil 50. A nice defensive stand there from Finlandia.
Yeah, it looked like he double clutched there a little bit. Maybe had to hold on to it for just a second. Thought he had a little window. They closed quick.
Yeah, we saw trips to the left side there for Eureka. But a nice play. You can't take anything away from that Finlandia defensive back right there, as he was able to come across the middle and make that interception. A nice play by Dylan Harden, the sophomore out of Lance, Michigan. So now the Lions will take over at the Eureka 48-yard line. This Eureka College defense just got off the field with a quick 3-and-out, hoping to do a lot of the same here. Finlandia with 4 wide receivers. Still looks like Alec Blanc at the quarterback position for Finlandia as he will play action, motion to the left. He will have a deep ball, a wide open receiver at the 10-yard line. He misses Joshua Eve right there. Wide open, deep for Finlandia. That ball just about 3 yards long there. A missed opportunity there for Finlandia.
That's a killer. There was no one around him by the 3 or 5 yards. He was just wide open but unable to connect.
Another mistake there by Finlandia. We've seen them be hurt by a couple big penalties here, but that one hurts. You see the man wide open streaking down the field. A chance to get this to a one-score game and just missing that throw there. A tough throw, though, however. Blanc forced to roll out across his body to the left side, and we've seen that twice here from Finlandia. Instead of rolling out to the right side with the throwing arm, forced to throw across the body here. So we see now another play action, and the quarterback hit as he throws, and that ball will fall incomplete for Finlandia as we will see a 3rd and 10 here. A great pass rush there by John Johnson of that Red Devil defensive line. This 3rd and 10 here, we look to see another pass. Finlandia having a lot of success in that shorter passing game, but here electing to take a couple deep shots. They had a chance. Alec Blanc missed him on that deep throw. Here we'll hope to see the Red Devil defense tighten up here a little bit on the back end right there.
We'll see what they decide to do here. If they continue to go out, run routes longer than 10 yards, they haven't been very successful in, or if they go across the middle quickly and risk not getting that first down.
As now we will see motion to the right side of the offense here. As Blanc will take the pistol snap, he drops back to pass. He has some time. He lobs that one up. And the wide receiver there, it looked like a little bit of miscommunication there with Kenny Kawawa as he looks like Blanc got rid of that ball a little bit quickly. You see guys oftentimes get that ball out before the wide receiver turns, but he threw that ball to a spot where Kawawa was not intending to go. It looked like a bit of an out route there around the 30, and quarterback Alec Blanc looking to maybe hit him on a bit of a fade right there. Just didn't connect, and that'll be a 4th down for Finlandia. It's another 3-and-out here by the Red Devil defense, really tightening up. You'd see they weren't happy giving up that touchdown and really tightened up here on the last 2 possessions. As that punt, another low line drive. That one will bounce at about the 15. Instead, this time picked up by the Red Devils by number 3, Datavion Woodson, as he will get that one out to about the 14-yard line for the Red Devils. As the clock ticks down here on the first quarter, the Red Devils up 21-6 over the Finlandia Lions as we'll switch sides of the fields. Here, that first quarter of action, we saw the Red Devil offense, a lot of quick strike ability right there. We saw the last possession, an interception, but before that, 3 touchdowns from Anthony Reasnover.
Yeah, very successful on the offensive front there, getting tons of room, even on the screen passes. Offensive line and the wide receivers that were blocking gave plenty of room for the ball carrier.
Yeah, we've seen those screen passes that we saw oftentimes in past seasons to guys like a Mike Menard for the Red Devils, senior wide receiver that left us last season. We see those quick. We'll see maybe a quad set, a trip set to the near side of the field, and Coach Kurt Barth likes to utilize that screen pass when teams are playing that off-man defense. You get a wide receiver with some speed out there, give him a little bit of a head of steam. It's tough to bring him down. You oftentimes see a big chunk of yardage. The Red Devils have gone to that a couple times, or we've seen, again, Anthony Reasnover taking up the middle, able to cut out to the outside and back with some very impressive backfield vision, or we've seen him go deep down the sideline with some speeds, showing off the hands right there.
We've also seen off of that screen play, Leanthony going deep, fake the screen, go deep to Leanthony for that touchdown.
As now Leanthony will check back into the contest for the Red Devils at their own 13-yard line here, as we will see a 4 wide receiver spread in the Red Devils' own zone. As now Barth will take the snap. Little read option. He will hand it up to Reasnover, and Reasnover just barely tripped up there by the shoelaces to about the 23-yard line. About an 8-yard gain there for Reasnover.
Yeah, nice gain, but just clipped his ankles. That looked like it was going to be a big one.
Looked like he had a chance for that. Actually, a first down for the Red Devils, getting about 10 yards there as they will move the chains there. Leanthony Reasnover, a big first down run there, getting the Red Devils deep out of their own red zone there. As now another 4 wide receivers spread. This Red Devil team has the luxury of some nice wide receivers there. A lot of guys with some deep playability, guys that can block downfield. As there we will see a screen pass to what looks like number 3, Blake Phillips there, as that one will be swallowed up by the Finlandia defense. That'll be a loss of about 2 yards there. A good look, but Finlandia there reading that defensive play well. They saw Drew Barth drop back, put his foot in the ground, and turn to throw the screen pass, and they crashed to the ball right there.
Actually a loss of a couple yards, making it 2nd and about 12.
So now the Red Devils will have 2nd and 12 from their own 21-yard line. So Red Devils look to get that loss of yardage back. This offense had a lot of success. We mentioned the 1 interception. Other than that, positive yardage on almost each and every play. As now he snap, as that will be a quarterback draw up the middle, and quarterback Drew Barth will gain about 5 yards there, getting it to the 27-yard line for the Red Devils. That drop back to pass, you saw the defensive backs crash on the wide receivers, and a little bit of room open up in the middle there for quarterback Drew Barth.
There might have been some miscommunication there. I don't know if that was drawn up as a quarterback draw. Barth is looking to the sideline like something might have gone wrong. I don't know. The wide receiver on the quick screen pass just didn't get it.
Yeah, a little bit of a luxury there for the Red Devils. Drew Barth is a quarterback with some mobility. See teams oftentimes, if that play breaks down, a little bit of a struggle to gain yardage back, but Drew Barth able to get a nice 5-yard gain there. So on 3rd down, he'll find Dom Parks crossing over the middle of the field for a first down to the 41-yard line. The Red Devils have gone to that play week in, week out. Dom Parks in the slot, a very speedy receiver. Sometimes you get that linebacker matchup, maybe that safety matchup, is able to burn his man and get right over the middle there for a big chunk of yardage for another Red Devil first down.
41-yard line of the Red Devils.
It's a very big 3rd down pickup. I'd expect to just pound it again with Lee Anthony here.
Again, Lee Anthony, this Finlandia defense has struggled to stop him, as now he will take it a read option. However, quarterback Drew Barth will keep that one himself for about 5 yards. Another 5-yard gain from Drew Barth.
He picks up 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 6.
Looks like maybe a long 2nd and 5 here for the Red Devils, but again, the defense crashing on Lee Anthony Reasonover, and teams just forgetting about quarterback Drew Barth, a guy who has rushed for big chunks of yardage in the past. Really a dual threat quarterback for the Red Devils.
Yeah, last week he had a rushing touchdown. Very nice play down by the goal line.
Yeah, very good vision there out of the backfield. He keeps that ball in the pocket for the longest possible time, as he will there pull one out. Play action, looking to evade some defenders there, and a great job by Barth of not taking the sack there. That pass goes as an incompletion. He was just throwing that one out of bounds. A great job of not taking an intentional grounding penalty there, where it would have been so easy just get that one out of bounds. He made sure he found a guy downfield, but put the ball where nobody could get to it. Very heads-up play there by quarterback Drew Barth.
Yeah, he looked like he was in trouble for sure. Great awareness by Barth.
Great awareness, great mobility, made a man miss, and was able to put his foot in the ground and get that one out of bounds for just the incompletion rather than taking a big sack there. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Red Devils, as they will hand off to Lee Anthony Reasonover. He has some room along the right side, and it looks like he will be close here. Looks like the far judge will have him just short. The near judge had a bit of a better spot.
Ball is being placed on the
Looks like they are giving it just on the Finlandia side of the 50-yard line. It'll be about a 4th and inches there for the Red Devils, but the offense will stay on the field here. With the success the offense has had in the run game, why not? You're around midfield. You're not in danger of giving up great field position to Finlandia here. Barth goes under center. That snap, however, fumbled, will be picked up by the Red Devils, but that will be a turnover on downs for the Red Devils, and Finlandia will get that ball right around the 50-yard line.
It appeared to be number 45, Dave Carlson.
So they will now say it was recovered by Dave Carlson of Finlandia. However, the same outcome there, as the ball will be placed at the 50. This Red Devil team not going under center often right there. A little bit of a bad snap there, as we saw a little bit of a mishandle there on the exchange, and it'll be Finlandia football.
I like the aggression there, just didn't execute how they planned out, or how they planned it.
As you see on the sideline here, quarterback Drew Barth saying that one's on me, and they're just going to get past it. This team with a 21-6 lead here, they want to put it on Finlandia. They want to stay aggressive here, as Finlandia will roll out as we see the quarterback change again, as they will go back to Delonte Johnson, as he will look to roll out right side, incomplete. Amari Smith with the tight coverage there for the Red Devils, as he forces that ball to fall incomplete. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for the Lions.
We'll see how this quarterback position for Finlandia shakes out the rest of the game. I wonder if it's in their game plan to go back and forth between the two.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of rotation, but only 2 quarterbacks listed here on the roster. It looks like they're trying to get each of them some reps here against the Red Devils. There's a 3 wide receiver snap. They will go with a bit of a hard count, but Eureka not biting there, as they will run the option, and he will pitch it to the running back, number 5, Eric Kostreva. And that will be about a 5-yard gain there. That option looked like Johnson maybe pitched it a little bit too quickly. Oftentimes you see on that pitch, the offense hopefully looking to see the defense commit to one player, the quarterback or the running back. It looked like Johnson made a bit of a quick decision there and didn't pick up as much yards as he could have, just pitching it off to Kostreva very quickly.
I was thinking the same thing. It looked like he had several yards in front of him to go, but he got rid of it quick, and that probably hurt the offense there.
As now in the pistol set, a 3 wide receiver look here, another 3rd and long for the Lions. So he will take the snap, drop back to pass, some pressure from the Red Devils, as he will look to tuck it and run. He will get across the 40-yard line for the first down. Nice job there by Johnson, sensing that outside pressure. Safety Tony Greenwood was coming with a little bit of an outside blitz there. Got around, had to step up in the pocket, saw some room, took advantage, and he will get a first down to the 41-yard line.
That's the first time we've seen some mobility from the quarterback, but it was clear that he definitely has some speed.
Yeah, not a lot of size here from the quarterbacks. Johnson listed at 5'10", 180, and Alec Blanc at 5'11", 195. Smaller guys you would expect to be a little bit more mobile, and this is really the first time we've seen that, like Kyle mentioned. As now we will see another flag. This looks again to be a false start on Finlandia.
5-yard penalty.
That one will be on number 59, Wilson Spryer. A lot of offside penalties here for Finlandia. Some miscommunication. You don't know really what's going on there. But, again, we've talked about penalties really killing teams here against the Red Devils. This defense has really locked down this offense, a high-scoring team. You can't afford to have those penalties on the road.
Yeah, and it seems like every penalty has been against Finlandia. Do the Red Devils even have a penalty?
Yeah, the Red Devils playing a very clean game thus far. We talked about last week a couple penalties that kind of hurt the Red Devils, but Coach Kurt Barth really cleaning those up this week in practice, as now it'll be a 1st and 15 for the Lions. As Johnson takes a snap, rolls out right side, he looks to pass to Kawawa, and he will be diving just out of the reach off his hands, and that'll be incomplete for the Lions. This Finlandia team, it looks like they've had a little bit of success on that rollout. They know they don't have time in the pocket. This Red Devil pass rush is getting to them quickly from the edge. The edge rushers doing a good job of really containing anything going on there for the Red Devils. So Finlandia looking to maybe move the pocket a little bit out to the right side, but just out of reach there for Kawawa.
Yeah, they've gone away from the handoffs right up the gut recently, changing their game plan a little bit, which is probably smart on their part.
As now the 2nd and 15 look. The snap will go to Johnson, as Tony Greenwood again coming off the edge, as Johnson will have a nice gain here up the left side for the first down. He is up the right side, tripped up. He will fall at about the 20-yard line. Johnson showing off the wheels a little bit there. Tony Greenwood coming off that back end, and Johnson knew he had to get out of there. He was going to take that sack. Johnson finding some room. It looked like maybe the defensive backs of Eureka didn't know he was on the rush, still trying to lock up those defenders. Nice gain there from Johnson.
Yeah, we've seen their biggest plays when the play is really broken down on them.
Yeah, very good point there. These busted plays have really turned out to be the most successful for Finlandia. So now they look their first shot in the red zone for the Lions. So he'll take the snap, a quick pitch there to the outside. It's going to be swallowed up for a short gain of about 2 yards for Kostreva. Kostreva, the senior running back out of Ishpeming, Michigan, as they are at the 18-yard line, a 2nd and 8 there for the Lions. Again, their first chance in the red zone, looking to capitalize here. That first touchdown, about a 40-yard pass there, as we saw a little bit of broken coverage after the quarterback extend the play. We've seen these quarterbacks from Finlandia utilize their athleticism a little bit here as of late. As Kyle mentioned, a lot of the bigger plays coming on broken plays offensively.
We'll see if they call more plays for the quarterback to get runs, since they have seemed to gain some success off of that.
So now Johnson will roll out left side. A lot of pressure there from Austin McCarty. And that pass completed to number 8, Kenny Kawawa, to the 10-yard line. That looks like it will be a first down and goal for the Lions there right at the 10-yard line. Again, Kenny Kawawa, a wide receiver that the Lions have game planned for. It looks like they're trying to get him involved a lot here offensively. Most of the passes going to him. Some good hands. We've seen him maybe overthrown a couple times, but Kenny Kawawa getting the Lions in scoring position here.
Eureka needs a big red zone stand here. You want to keep this game multiple scores, not a one-score difference.
As now Johnson will hand it off to Kostreva, and he will be swallowed up at about the 7-yard line, about a 3-yard gain there for Kostreva. Trying to go at the heart of that Red Devil defense again, and just not a lot of success. And like Les, we mentioned, it's a broken pass play where the quarterback, almost like a quarterback draw, has to take off and run up the middle.
Second and goal on the 7 of the Red Devils.
We'll see second and goal here from the 7 as this defensive group looks to make a big stand for the Red Devils here. Up 21-6 with 6:40 and running here in the second quarter of action. We'll see 4 wide receiver spread here for the Lions. Snap to Johnson as he will put his foot in the ground and look to run up the gut for Finlandia, and he'll be tackled at the 5. Like Kyle mentioned, a little bit of a drawn-up play there for Finlandia. The quarterback with the draw there, the design draw up the middle, trying to let the defensive ends get up the field so he had a little bit of room, but swallowed up. It'll be a 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, maybe they think quarterback run. They've had success in the past, but they still went up the middle. Still no room there on the Red Devils' offensive line. Or defensive line, excuse me.
As now you hear the crowd get excited for the Red Devils. A big 3rd and goal stand here for the Red Devils, trying to keep Finlandia out of the end zone as they will go with a 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the far side. Kawawa on the near side for Finlandia as they will be forced to call a timeout. As you saw, it looked like there was a little bit of confusion there on the offense. A couple wide receivers not knowing where they needed to be. The Red Devils, a good job there on defense. The Red Devils were set, knew what they wanted to do defensively. Finlandia just getting a little bit lost, being forced to call the first time out of the half with 5:41 left here. As we mentioned, the Red Devils up 21-6, a couple early scores for the Red Devils. Since then, this Finlandia team, a nice long drive here as they've been able to take some time off the clock. You have to think Finlandia wants to keep that Red Devil offense off the field for as long as possible. We've known they're a quick strike team, but this Red Devil squad is one that can ground and pound. You've seen whatever back it is, Leanthony Reasonover, Peyton Dowdy, Joe Hughes, can just grind and run that clock down on teams, not give them a chance to have the ball in their hands.
This will be an interesting play call here on 3rd and goal. I'd be shocked to see a run.
You've seen some success in the short passing game, a couple quarterback runs on the broken plays. We saw the Lions try to draw there, didn't have a lot of success, but maybe a play call that could work here. So it looks like they're looking to get a bit of a spread look. Trips to the right, the far side. Of course, Kawawa in the slot there, the main target for Finlandia as Johnson looks to take the shotgun snap here.
I bet we see an out route to Kawawa here.
As there, Kawawa looks on the out route as he will try to find some room in the corner as that pass will fall incomplete. Kyle Cashar called down. Kawawa was, of course, the main target. It looked like Johnson didn't have any room there as the Red Devils shut that down. Had 2 men with some space in the middle of the field, but that pass falls in between both of them. It'll be a 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line here, as it looks like the Lions will bring the special teams unit on to attempt the field goal here.
That's a huge stand. Make them kick. We've already seen one block. See if we can block one again.
Yeah, we saw the extra point here was a very low kick. Looked like a good snap, good hold, but that kick blocked by somebody in the secondary of the Red Devils, a linebacker in that second line right there, as Finlandia will hustle to get the 11th man on the field here. And Avery Hubergrest will look to kick that one, and it is no good. A big stop there from the Red Devils. That kick wide right as it will remain 21-6 for the Red Devils here with 5:33 left. A big stop from that defense in the red zone.
That kick was about the opposite of the extra point we saw earlier. It was just a little chip shot, but wide.
Yeah, we saw it look like he had it lined up on the center of the field, but just pushed it to the right side. That kick no good. Red Devils up 21-6.
Sportsmanlike conduct, Finlandia, head coach.
As we see another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty where Finlandia could have had Red Devils pinned deep, but the head coach this time with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty giving the Red Devils 15 yards and some breathing room as they were pinned deep in their own zone. This Finlandia team having penalties hurt them very much here in this first half of action. We've seen two chances, one when the Red Devils would have been pinned at their own one. Here the Red Devils would have been pinned around their own 7-yard line. And Finlandia really just shooting themselves in the foot here, giving the Red Devils some room to work.
Absolutely, just no discipline whatsoever, and it's been very untimely for Finlandia as well.
As now the officials will wait for the chains to get set here after the penalty. The Red Devils will have the ball around the 35-yard line. So now we will see a 3-wide receiver set with fullback Wesley Burris and Lee Anthony Reasonover in the backfield with quarterback Drew Barth. So Red Devils looking to get on the field here after an interception on that last possession. We see wide receivers Josh Kuzi, Dom Parks to the near side of the field, and it appears to be Caleb Favre on the far sideline. As that ball will be another read option to quarterback Drew Barth as he will gain a few inches there. It looks like he picks up almost a yard on the read option right there. Deciding to keep that one, go up the middle. Taylor Benetti for the Lions there with the tackle. It'll be a second and long for the Red Devils as we see a couple wide receivers check in here in Ryan McElmurray and James Douglas III. James Douglas III, we've seen a wide receiver in the slot here, a lot of speed. We saw him with the deep strike from Barth last week against Iowa Wesleyan. Interesting to see how he will be utilized here in this set as that handoff goes to Reasonover on the right side. He just waits patiently to get a little bit of room, and he will pick up about 3 yards there. Lee Anthony, it looked like he never even really worked up the field there. Just a couple cuts back and forth, looking to get some space. Nothing came out of that, but he was able to pick up 3 yards. Just a smart play there by Reasonover, just looking to find the hole, getting a few yards there when it appeared there was nothing offered up from the defense.
Yep, he didn't try to force anything, just took what the defense gave him, and that was a smart move on his part.
So the ball carrier vision there from Reasonover, you've seen time and time again. This offensive line gets the push, and Reasonover on a play like that where no holes open up, you see the line typically has a push to get him some space as Barth looks down the left side of the field, and that will be tipped by Finlandia and incomplete, intended for Josh Kuzi, as that will be a 3-and-out for the Red Devils there. A nice defensive stand there from Finlandia. It looks like they've really put a few things together here. After those first couple drives, it looked like they just had no chance at stopping Eureka. But here, putting together some things defensively and forcing Eureka to punt as Tanner Kenny will take the field.
Yeah, and with that incomplete pass, it stops the game clock. Finlandia has plenty of time to put together a drive here.
Yeah, 4:09 left here in the first half. Eureka College up 21-6 over Finlandia as Tanner Kenny will get the snap here. This punt is off a high punt here as Finlandia will look to get away from that ball. A nice bounce for Eureka College there. That high punt looked like it might have come up a little bit short, but Tanner Kenny will pin them at the 14-yard line, maybe about the 13-yard line. The junior punter for Eureka, punter handling the kicking duties as well. Great job there, as we saw he was the NAC Special Teams Player of the Week in Week 1. He's done a great job time and time again here for the Red Devils. So Red Devil defense takes field. We would also like to honor Logan Knoll, who is not in uniform for tonight's contest. Suffered a little bit of an injury there in practice, as he will be good to go next week, but just kind of a precautionary holdout here for the Red Devils, as he was the NAC Defensive Player of the Week last week with 6 tackles and a sack. Congratulations to Logan Knoll, as the Red Devils here in the first 2 weeks of the season have seen a player on that all-NAC team. As now Johnson remains in the game at quarterback for Finlandia. He will drop back to pass again inside his own red zone. Forced to roll out right. As he is seeing pressure from the Red Devils. He will throw that one up, and it is caught. Looked like it was caught. Great coverage there by Trayvon Moore, as it will fall incomplete around the 30-yard line. He had his hands on it. Trayvon closing quickly, wrapping him up. getting a nice hit, forcing that ball out, and it'll be a 2nd and long from the Finlandia 13.
Very nice defense there. It looked like they were going to have a big play again on a broken play. Great defense came in and broke that up, however.
And we saw some nice pressure there from number 93, Bryson Smith, for the Red Devils, forcing Johnson to roll out right. Again, like Kyle mentioned, those broken plays have seemed to be the most successful for Finlandia. Had a ball in the hands of the wide receiver, but Trayvon Moore with the great closing speed knocking that one out. An all-conference cornerback for a reason last season for this Red Devil defense. So it'll be a play action. They will look for a quick ball. Colton Favre got a hand on it as there will be a flag near the line of scrimmage. Interesting to see what that will be here. Almost looked in the zone where maybe not a holding penalty, maybe an illegal hands to the face, something like that. So we look to get that call. A little bit of a high throw there from Finlandia, but great coverage by Colton Favre. So we'll wait to get the call here from the officials. So it looks like Finlandia is backing up in their own zone. So we in that zone, we talked about maybe illegal hands. They will actually call it illegal man downfield. We looked, it was in an awkward spot, not really at the line of scrimmage, just a few yards past right there. No men running routes. They will get an illegal man downfield. It will be a 2nd and long for Finlandia from about their own 8-yard line.
2nd and 15 for Finlandia.
So this is 2nd and 15 here. Finlandia with the 3-man spread. Again, this Red Devil defense doing a good job of getting pressure, but maybe just not closing, not being able to bring that quarterback down for the sack. Now maybe another hard count here as Johnson will take the snap. Another quarterback draw. This one, McKay Skaggs had a chance at him. Driven down as he will be tackled up. Johnson at the line of scrimmage. McKay Skaggs had a chance to get him in the backfield there, but Johnson with the quick feet, unable to gain any yardage, but saving Finlandia from a big loss there, as it will be 3rd and 15 now from their own 8-yard line. A big 3rd and long here for Finlandia.
It seems no matter who the ball carrier is for Finlandia, they just struggle going up the middle.
This Red Devil defense, we've really seen the heart of this defensive line be very tough for Knox, Iowa Wesleyan, and now Finlandia. This defensive line, we saw them lose a couple guys like Trevor Ziebert and Ray Vogel last season. You wondered how they would pick up the slack there, and they've done a great job as now Tony Greenwood gets some pressure up the middle, and we'll see a flag from the far side. It looked like Tony Greenwood was able to draw the holding penalty. That complete pass not good for a 1st down to about the 19-yard line, but Tony Greenwood had an open look at the quarterback, and he was just dragged down there by the left tackle. As we saw a flag come from the far side of the field, looked like he saw that one and will make that big call.
Holding, offense number 5.
As it will in fact be a holding call there. Tony Greenwood, we've seen him come on pressure several times from the outside there. The Red Devils will in fact just decline that penalty, force the 4th and 5 to punt there. Tony Greenwood, great pressure there from the safety spot.
Yeah, there's no reason to give Finlandia another chance. If you accept that penalty, give them a chance. Maybe they have a broken play that goes big like they have done in the past. Smart to decline the penalty, make them punt.
You see now, as Finlandia takes the field to punt again with 2:43 left here in the 1st half. The left-footed punt there, another low line drive. That one fielded there by the Red Devils, Woodson, as he is swallowed up at about the 45-yard line. The Red Devils taking possession on the Finlandia half of the field here, as Drew Barth will lead this offensive group onto the field here. Up 21-6 here in the 1st half, 2:34. A lot of time here. No need to hurry. You have all 3 timeouts. You are on the Finlandia side of the field, able to take your time, really stick to the game plan, and do what you want here on offense.
Absolutely. The time is not a factor whatsoever. They have the entire playbook open right now.
We see a 4-wide receiver set with Favre, Douglas, Parks, and Kuzi here for the Red Devils. And that handoff will go up the middle to Reasonover. He is cutting up the right side, puts his head down, and gets the ball to about the 36-yard line. Looked like Finlandia saying that the ball was out there.
Wow, I thought he was down for sure.
Definitely looked like he was down there. It looked like the play was over, but Finlandia got a little bit excited. And the officials will call it a fumble there on Reasonover. Not something you see often. Reasonover rarely loses a fumble. Honestly, I'm not sure if it looked like there even was a fumble there, but apparently the ball came out and the officials are giving the ball back to Finlandia at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, he was down for sure. From up here it looked anyway.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion there, but the Red Devil defense will take the field. Again, senior Tony Greenwood really just telling the guys here, just settle down, play our game. We know what we can do. As it looks like there's still some confusion. Red Devils really not sure what happened there. I'm on their side personally. I really didn't see the ball come out there. It looked like the play was down. Looked like a nice 9-10 yard gain there for Reasnover.
Yeah, I think we need to go to the replay booth on that one.
As now Finlandia will get the ball back with 2:25 in their own zone as Johnson will take the shotgun snap. A little bit of pressure. And that one picked off by Tony Greenwood as he is running down the right side. A stiff arm. He is out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Tony Greenwood, the senior safety right there, you saw telling the defense to stay calm, play their game. And Tony Greenwood, the great job there getting the ball back. It doesn't matter if it was a fumble or not. One play, and Tony Greenwood has the Red Devil offense back on the field. Great job there by the senior safety out of Moments.
Yeah, how's that for a response?
Tony Greenwood, you saw a guy out last season with an ACL injury. Certainly hated to see it. Redshirted, came back stronger than ever. Big play there by the Red Devil defense here as the offense is back on the field with 2:17, looking to get some revenge there after the fumble on the last possession. As the quick pass to Don Parks, he has a great block from Josh Kuzi as Don Parks fights through a couple defenders up to the Red Devil 26-yard line as the clock is running, and it will tick under 2 minutes here for the Red Devils. A first down. The quick pass again. Don Parks, a fast slot receiver. Teams have trouble matching up with him in the slot. Nice first down there. Nice pass from Barth for a Red Devil first down.
We've mentioned it before. We've probably seen that screen pass now, 4, 5, 6 times, and it's been very successful for the Red Devils.
Looks like Finlandia just having trouble matching up with the speed, having to play off the receivers here, not able to catch up when that ball's in the air, as that ball will go to Reasnover. He is up the middle, the blocking downfield. Incredible right there. The one that stood out to me right there, number 36, Dejor Bradford. Esley Anthony Reasnover looks like may have never been called down. Looks like now we will have an official on the far side of the field mark him down at the 17-yard line. But we saw Lee Anthony up and running like he had never touched the ground. We saw the officials on the near side looking like they had never blown the play dead. Interesting to see what the call is here.
Going on the field as the runner was down, second down the game.
It was a very odd-looking play. We've had some confusion this past minute of game time.
Yeah, we see now it will be a second and short here for the Red Devils. Reasnover with about a 9-yard gain. Looked like he thought he was still up and running. We talked about the downfield blocking. Dejor Bradford, the left guard, I saw him up and running deep in the secondary, throwing his safety to the ground there. Great job getting to the secondary as it will hand off to Reasnover again as he is up the middle. Runs over Lion defender at about the 10-yard line, and he is down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Anthony Reasnover just lowered the shoulder and laid the boom to a Lion defender right there, getting it inside the 5.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Lee Anthony said, boom goes the dynamite on that one.
Lee Anthony Reasnover putting his head down, getting inside the 5. This line doing a great job of getting a push here. Lee Anthony Reasnover is not getting touched within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. As now they will hand off to Reasnover again as he will run, put his head down into the end zone for his 4th touchdown of the contest. Touchdown Red Devils here with 50 seconds left. Lee Anthony Reasnover, touchdown. Running to the left side. This offensive line can't give them enough credit. Ryan Barth really sealing the edge there on the left side, giving Reasnover room. A linebacker trying to tackle Reasnover in space. I can tell you what, folks, there's no linebacker in this conference that is going to stick Reasnover at the goal line. He just puts his shoulder down, gets into the end zone. 27-6 Red Devils, his 4th score of the day. As Tanner Kenny takes the field for the point after the snap, the hold. That kick is blocked. And it looks like Kenny maybe kicks that one a little bit, picks it up, and he will be tackled around the 20-yard line. Looks like Finlandia got a nice push there from the special teams unit, as it will be 27-6 here with 50 seconds left. This Red Devil offense can't give Tony Greenwood enough credit either, in that Red Devil defense coming up with a big interception, getting the ball back just one play after a fumble there, giving the Red Devils short field. Red Devils taking advantage of it here late in the first half. So now the kickoff team will take the field. This Red Devil squad, a great job of recovering there. When you can get your head down on a turnover, this defense coming up big. Both sides working together there. and Lee Anthony Reasonover just giving it off to him time and time again, pounding through that Lion defense, finding the end zone for his fourth touchdown of the contest.
That was a great response by the Red Devils. Absolutely dominating drive, especially by Lee Anthony, as you mentioned.
Again, there, that offensive line, we saw the push downfield. This line doing a great job of making their block initially at the line, shedding that defender, getting to the next level. You see that where teams struggle on occasion. This offensive line, I saw a big block there from Dejor Bradford stepping into the starting lineup this season and really getting a nice block on the safety there on a play downfield, setting up the Red Devils in the red zone. Tanner Kenny's kick will go out of bounds here for a touchback. The Red Devil defense really just looking to stay set here and run out the clock here with 50 seconds left. Could look to run out the clock. You also see this defense one capable of taking the ball away. Interesting to see how Finlandia plays this. They could just maybe look to run the clock out here, stay on the ground, but most of their success has come through the pass game.
Yeah, and they're going to be getting the ball back at the half too, so they may look to have a quick score here, but then you never know. You're vulnerable for a turnover.
You've seen that last look downfield where they had some success in the past. Tony Greenwood coming up with a big pick. Eureka going with a 3 safety look here in a bit of a prevent defense. As now Johnson will hand the ball off up the middle, and the running back number 33, Justin Wooliver, will be swallowed up for a gain of about 5 yards there, as it appears Finlandia is looking to go into the half. Down 21 right now, 3 scores, certainly not out of reach and a half, but not looking to take the chance here, possibly get a turnover, and this quick strike Red Devil offense could maybe get on the board again.
Yeah, even though Finlandia has 2 timeouts to work with, doing the conservative thing, running out the clock, they'll get the ball at the half and look to score then.
As about 10 seconds left here on the clock, as it appears to be what will be the last play of the first half. So they will snap it, hand it off to Wooliver, and he will be swallowed up by number 35, Austin McCarty. As the clock will wind down, we will hear the horn. The Red Devils head into the half up 27-6 over the Finlandia Lions. Once again, I'm Thomas Harrison. Alongside me is Kyle Cashaw. We will come back with about 5 minutes left at the end of the half to bring you some first half stats and highlights here from Mackenzie Field at Pete Fiorito Stadium. Hello and welcome back to McKenzie Field here at Pete Fiorito Stadium. I'm Thomas Harrison. Alongside me today is Kyle Cashdollar as we are getting ready to bring you the second half of action for the Eureka College Red Devils. The Eureka Red Devils up 27-6 here at halftime over the Finlandia Lions. The Red Devils looking to continue the push to 3-0, which would be the first time reaching that landmark since the 1991 season where they would go on to go 10-0 there for the Red Devils. Kyle, in that first half, we saw an offense a lot from Anthony Reasanover. All four scores coming from him. Anthony Reasanover with 135 yards rushing on 13 attempts with 3 touchdowns, and then, of course, that 80-yard catch for a touchdown. This offense seemed to be rolling in the first half through Reasanover.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When they got him the ball, good things followed.
Yeah, this team, they look to get Reasanover the ball up the middle, and, of course, Anthony Reasanover, one of those one-cut backs. He just takes his time, puts that foot in the ground, will find space, and good luck tackling when he gets out in the open there. Utilizing him a little bit in the passing game. This passing game lit up a little bit in the first half for the Red Devils. Quarterback Drew Barth going 7 for 11 with 150 yards in that touchdown to Reasanover. Of course, that lone interception there, a nice play. Can't take anything away from the Finlandia defender on that, as we saw a nice passing game for the Red Devils. Defensively, this defense has just swarmed the ball all day. We saw that lone touchdown for the Lions come on an extended play, a broken play there for the Lions, where the quarterback was able to roll out, find Kawawa, looks like really the centerpiece of that Finlandia offense at the wide receiver position. Was able to find him around the 20-yard line with a little bit of space and able to find the end zone there. But this defense, really after that, looked like they had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, came out, made some big stands. Tony Greenwood with the big interception there towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, and we've mentioned it before. Each time Finlandia tries to run it up the middle, there's just nothing there. And as you said, their biggest success has been on those broken plays where they've gained big chunks of yards.
This Finlandia offense, most yardage has come through the quarterback Johnson with 5 rushing attempts for 26 yards, going 4 of 11 from passing for 82 yards, touchdown and interception. But we mentioned that long touchdown pass to Kawawa there, just a broken play for the Red Devils there. Really not a lot you can do on that back end. You can only stay on those wide receivers for so long. He just found some space on the sideline, took advantage there. As we are about a minute away from kickoff here in the second half of action, the Red Devil special teams unit is preparing to take the field. The Red Devils will be kicking off as Tanner Kenny, great special teams threat for the Red Devils, will get ready to kick off and hopefully pin the Finlandia Lions deep in their own zone.
We'll see how Finlandia moves forward with their play calling. We've seen Johnson on some broken down plays gain yardage with his feet. We'll see if there's more drawn up plays for him. We've seen him try to go up the middle with nothing there. Maybe if he gets outside, he can get some space to move. But you know, Johnson definitely wants to find some holes.
Yeah, Johnson, some athleticism there at the quarterback position. After 2 drives, we saw Finlandia go to quarterback, the freshman Alec Blanc. They're not finding much success going back to Johnson, and then Johnson, a little bit of a kickstart for the offense. We saw some big-time plays from this Red Devil defense. Finlandia was threatening from the Red Devil 5, but the Red Devils coming with a big stop there, forcing the missed field goal. Just a little bit of a chip shot, but that defense forcing some pressure, forcing that kick to go wide right here. So the Red Devils could maintain a 27-6 lead here as Tanner Kenny tees it up and we get ready for the second half of action here for your Eureka Red Devils. As Kenny's kick will be deep down the right side and caught by Kawawa at the 10-yard line. So he will look to work up the middle and swallowed up there by the Red Devil special teams. Bryson Smith, the freshman, we've seen him get some good pressure on the outside on that defensive line, but on special teams here, laying a big hit on Kawawa at the 25-yard line.
There were 2 guys just all over him, smoked, and we've seen they've had some pretty good returns, but there was no coverage there whatsoever, no blocking at all.
Yeah, we've seen this Finlandia squad, like you mentioned, Kyle, a couple big returns across the 50-yard line there. Kawawa there looked to cut it back towards the middle, had some open space, but Bryson Smith just swallowed him up there as Finlandia will take over from the 25-yard line. Johnson still in the game at quarterback. He looks in the shotgun set here. He will take the snap and handed off up the middle. A little bit of space this time, but tripped up by Tony Greenwood and eventually tackled by Trayvon Moore. A first down there for Justin Woolliver. Really the biggest rushing play outside of a broken quarterback scramble that we've seen so far from Finlandia.
Yeah, I think that's the first 10-yard gain we've seen up the middle at all in probably the past 2 weeks at least.
Yeah, that squad, a little bit of push there from the offensive line. We saw the hole open up. Woolliver doing a good job. You saw he got through that second line and really just covered the ball. He didn't expect to get deep. He just wanted to hang on to that one, get the first down there for the Lions. As from the pistol set, once again, Johnson will look to take the snap here. Hand it off again. Play action, however, to Woolliver, and they will find Kawawa open over the middle of the field. He is off and running. Tony Greenwood dives and will bring him down around the 20-yard line. That pass up the center of the field. Kawawa, a nice threat for the Lions in this passing game.
Yeah, that was a great double move by him. It looked like he was cutting towards the outside, stuck his foot in the ground, went right back to the middle, found some room.
Yeah, 2 plays, 2 big first down here. First downs for the Lions as they are in the red zone here at the 20-yard line. The defense looking to tighten up, coming out. Don't want to say sluggish here. Just looks like Finlandia found some space, really made some nice adjustments there at half. As this snap, this time they will hand it off to Woolliver, and he'll be tackled by John Jackson for the Red Devils.
And there's more of what we saw in the first half, what we were expecting to start the second half.
Yeah, we saw that play looking to go up the middle after some success on the first play of the drive. And there, John Jackson, the defensive end, doing a good job of swallowing that one up before he could get a yardage. No gain there on first down, forcing a 2nd and 10 here. Another 3 wide receiver set. Again, we see Kawawa in the slot. Colton Favre covering him. Really the biggest threat for the Lions offensively. Certainly a guy to watch here in the red zone. Is this a play-action pass? They will try to go to Kawawa as there was some pressure there from the linebacker Cameron Lucas. That ball looked like it came awfully close to being tipped. A low throw. Colton Favre just unable to get there in time. A very low throw will skip in front of him. Incomplete for Jackson. And the Lions will face a 3rd and 10 here from the Red Devil 20-yard line.
I don't know if the quarterback just had to get rid of it quick or there might have been some miscommunication there. It looked like he was expecting maybe a crossing route over the middle, but the wide receiver ran a streak.
Yeah, it looked like if he had been able to get that ball up in the air to the end zone, looked like Kawawa maybe had some space, but Favre doing a good job of covering that one. And it'll go incomplete as a 3rd and 10 snap here. There's some pressure by Cameron Lucas. He will get a hand on the quarterback and eventually bring him down for the sack at about the 26-yard line. Cameron Lucas, a nice job there sticking with the play. Looked like he got a little bit deep there past the quarterback, able to get the hand on him and not let him go as he will sack Jackson in the backfield. That'll be a 4th and long for the Finlandia Lions as they will bring out the kicking unit here. Nice job to push them out of the red zone.
Absolutely. That's a huge play. We've already seen the kicking team struggle for Finlandia. Just makes it an even tougher kick.
Finlandia picking up 55 yards on the first 2 plays and now losing 5 yards here in the last 3. A nice job from the Red Devil defense tightening up there after a couple big gains. As that kick appears to be wide left for Finlandia, it is no good. This Red Devil defense again tightening up in the red zone. They're enforcing another missed field goal there for Finlandia. So now the Red Devil offense will take the field once again, looking for another quick strike here. We see a couple backs in the game. We see Reasonover and Dowdy this time in the set as quarterback Drew Barth takes the field.
The Red Devils have been at their best when they feed Lee Anthony the ball. That's what I would expect to see here early in the second half. Maybe get a couple quick scores, get the starters out of the game.
Yeah, you see this team, certainly one that's been up big lately. These guys who don't see a lot of snaps typically getting in the game, as now this handoff will actually go to Dowdy as he works up the middle, cuts back to the left side, and he'll be tackled at the 31-yard line. About a 5-yard gain there for Dowdy. A nice game. Again, just the decoy there of Lee Anthony Reasonover, enough to give some space for another back like Dowdy, some room up the middle. Lee Anthony Reasonover working to the right side, and the defense forced to respect that. You can't take him for granted wherever he is lined up at on the field.
No, because you know the second they do, he's getting the ball and he's taken to the house.
Yeah, we saw even there when he lined up out wide, Finlandia just putting one defensive back on him. and they paid the price for it. You saw Anthony Reasanover getting some space, catching that ball deep. So now Dowdy will go in motion, and they will hand it off to Reasanover along the left side as he will cut up and have the first down for the Red Devils out of bounds at the 37-yard line. First down for the Red Devils.
First down for the Red Devils.
That's a smart play by Lee Anthony, just getting to the sticks and getting out of bounds. He could have forced something there, maybe taken a big hit. That's unnecessary. Just get the first down, get out of bounds, and have another first down.
You've seen this game, a 21-point lead, almost maybe closer. The score would indicate it's a bit closer than it seems on the field. It really seems like the Red Devils have had control of this game the whole time, have never really been threatened there. As another handoff will go to Reasanover. He's off the right side. He is across the 45 to the 50. A great block on the outside by Josh Kuzi as a defender will ride Anthony Reasanover out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Another first down for Reasanover. Again, the downfield blocking for the Red Devils, something that's really stood out in this contest, whether it be the linemen getting downfield into the secondary or those wide receivers. Josh Kuzi there on the outside doing a good job of locking up that cornerback, allowing Anthony to pick up another 6-7 yards. So now the Red Devils will break the huddle with a 4 wide receiver set here as Dowdy is in the game at running back. Red Devils on the Finlandia side of the 50. This snap, Barth will drop back to pass. He will look deep to Dom Parks, just out of reach off the fingertips of Parks around the 20-yard line. Just let him a little bit too much there. Dom Parks had some separation, just a bit too deep for him there as that one will fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils. We've seen Dom Parks, again, out of that slot receiver position, find those openings week in, week out in the middle of the field. You have to wonder when defenses will start really taking notice of that and locking up that middle portion of the field.
Yeah, there's big play potential for the Red Devils everywhere you look on this offense.
As Dowdy will have the ball up the left side, he will put his head down and cross the 35. He will be down at the 34-yard line for another Red Devil first down. Dowdy, great job blocking there by Ryan Barth. He was an all-conference left tackle last season, the conference lineman of the year in the UMAC conference. Of course, here coming to the NAC, I talked to him a little bit last season after the season was over about what do you expect from the NAC. They talked about better competition from top to bottom, and here putting in that work against a non-conference opponent when they know a big conference matchup against Aurora is coming up in 2 weeks. Looks like maybe a little bit of confusion here from the Red Devil offense as there will be a timeout from head coach Kurt Barth as there are 9 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Red Devils up 27-6 over the Finlandia Lions. This Red Devil squad, this offensive possession, of course the defense making a big stand there on the first possession of the second half. The Red Devils, again, just really gashing the defense for big chunks of yardage at one time. Looks like a quick breather here as the Red Devils will head back onto the field. So we still see the starters in this contest. That offensive line, Ryan Barth, Dejor Bradford. We'll see the freshman number 70, Bryce Ort, at the center position, stepping up there for the Red Devils. And then we see Martin Lasanas and Jordan Lamb there for the Red Devils on that offensive line, doing a great job of getting a big push all game, blocking downfield. And running back Anthony Reasanover will be the first guy to give them praise after a contest. We've seen Anthony already over 100 yards in the first half here with a big game as the pass to Wesley Burris as he will go up and over the Lion defender to the 18-yard line. Wesley Burris, the fullback out of the backfield, oftentimes not respected in the passing game, doing a good job there of getting out in the flat and picking up a first down there on play action.
Yeah, that's a nice little tool when you can go to that maybe once or twice a game.
Yeah, great hands there from Wesley Burris as he will stay in the contest at fullback. Really an underrated part of the offense, whether it be blocking or in that receiving game, just sneaking out of the backfield oftentimes, as the Red Devils now are threatening inside the red zone with a first down. That handoff will go left side to Reasanover on the sweep play as he will cut back up the center as he will drag a defender to the 7-yard line. Another first down for the Red Devils. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line, as this Red Devil offense again is threatening after getting the ball back just a few mere minutes ago.
First down for the Red Devils.
First down and goal from the 7-yard line here with 8:38 and ticking left in the third quarter of action. This Red Devil lineup, we will see the tight end Colby Crittenden in the contest, a guy that they bring in. You've seen him in the passing game early in this contest, but really a big body, great blocking tight end there. As another sweep to Reasonovers, he's to the outside. He will put his head down. Touchdown, Red Devils. Nice block there from McElmurray out wide, doing a good job of making sure the cornerback had no chance at getting Reasonover. Reasonover with his 5th touchdown of the contest. The Red Devils extend that lead 33-6 here with 8:15 left in the third quarter of action. A big drive. Again, we've talked about the Red Devils. It really never looked like the defense was going to stop them there. Not a matter of if they were going to score, but when.
Yeah, it seems that any time the Red Devils get it inside that 10-yard line, it's just automatic to Lee Anthony. And more times than not, he's going to convert.
Yeah, an All-American running back for a reason. Great threat for the Red Devils as this kick up. And the extra point is good for the Red Devils. It is 34-6 here as the Red Devils with another touchdown on the sweep play from Lee Anthony Reasonover. His 5th of the game continues to add to that scoring record and rushing record here. Talk about has basically every rushing record at Eureka College. Broke head coach Kurt Barth's all-time scoring record last week and is just adding to it here in his senior season. Just 3 contests in. Have to look forward to seeing where that record ends up here at the end of the season.
Absolutely, and he hasn't even been playing full games so far this year. And we'll see this game. That might be it, or they might start to bring in those backup running backs more and more as we get farther into this third quarter.
A very good point there, Kyle. Up 4 touchdowns here, up by 28 in the third quarter, 8:15 left. We see that may be what gets those starters out of the contest, those backup backs, those backup offensive and defensive players. We've seen, you call them backups, but these are guys that have stepped in and really done their job and really played very well here for the Red Devils throughout the first couple weeks of the season. These guys, you mentioned all these records, extending the lead here, 5 touchdowns, and Lee Anthony may not take another snap the rest of the contest. It'll be interesting to see what the Red Devils look like here. Coming back on offense, as Kiwawa, again, a nice return there for the Lions as he is pushed out of bounds at about the 53-yard line. This special teams unit, this return team for the Lions, has shown that they've got some nice capability there as Kiwawa has had some nice returns up around midfield.
Yeah, it's really been the bright spot for their team today.
Yeah, we've seen 3 big returns, one of which, unfortunately for them, called back by a penalty. But some big returns here. However, the offense just not really able to put it together against this very tough Red Devil squad. So we'll see the starting defense for the Red Devils will remain in for this possession here against the Lions, as we still see number 11, Delonte Johnson, in at quarterback. Johnson there will play action fake to the running back. He will look to go deep down the right side of the field. Nice coverage there by Matt Sutton on the right side, being in the face of the defender, but we saw the ball go up, the head turn, doing a good job of not drawing the pass interference as that pass will fall out of the reach of the Finlandia wide receiver.
Sutton was step for step with the wide receiver there. Very good defense. Love to see that.
You see 2 really different styles of cornerback play here. You see Trayvon Moore, not the biggest cornerback, but he has a lot of speed, a lot of skill there, great hands, great job punching the ball out. And you see Matt Sutton, the longer, lanky defender. So you see he will get in the face. He puts his hand up, and there's not really a lane for the ball to go there. Great job there by Sutton. This snap now, another play action fake, and it looks like Johnson will keep that one and look to run around the right side. Cameron Lucas will tie him up and drag him down with a little bit of help at the line of scrimmage. Looked like a little bit of maybe a read option, just kind of a play action draw a little bit there. But Cameron Lucas did a good job of getting his hand on him and just not letting him go. Rode him all the way to the sideline where he got some help from the rest of that Red Devil defense, pushing him out of bounds for about a gain of 1.
For a second there, it looked like Johnson might have some space to run, but he got wrapped up very quickly.
Great job there by Lucas and that Red Devil defense. Lucas, a big linebacker. This linebacking squad of Lucas, Diedrich, and McCarty really leading the team week in, week out in tackles. A great linebacking core for this Red Devil squad, a young linebacker core as well. As now Johnson will drop back to pass and sacked by Tony Greenwood back at the 37-yard line. Tony Greenwood, we saw Johnson rolling out to the left side, just had no idea Tony Greenwood was coming. We saw the big interception earlier, and now will jump on the back of Johnson for a sack, forcing that one to be punted at the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th and very long for the Finlandia Lions. As we will see James Douglas III and Natavion Woodson back deep for the Red Devils to return the punt. These low line drives punt from Finlandia really giving the Red Devils some space in the return game, as Douglas will spin out of the hands of a Finlandia defender. He will make a couple guys miss, still on his feet, pushing, and he will be called down at the 46-yard line. A nice return there from James Douglas III. So these low line drive punts from Finlandia really kind of out-kicking the coverage here. Not the deepest punts, but really not allowing the coverage team to get downfield.
Yeah, we saw it work out. First punt of the game. Nice roll inside the 5, which it ended up not mattering because of the penalty. But recently those low line drive kicks have gotten caught. No room to bounce. Really hurting them.
Yeah, hurting Finlandia here as Eureka will take over the ball around midfield. Really about a 10-yard net on the punt there for Finlandia. We didn't really even see the chains move. Just stayed set right there. About a 10-yard net gain. Not what you're hoping to see out of the punting game. Hoping to pin the Red Devils back a little bit deeper, as we see this first team unit for the Red Devils remain in the contest. It's now a low snap picked up by Barth, looking to go for a bit of a reverse here as he handed off to Riesenover. Appears they will say Riesenover was down. A little bit of a fumble on the handoff there. Tried to hand it off to Douglas coming back from the far side, but they will call Riesenover down. That'll be a loss of about 5 yards. A little bit of a broken play there from the Red Devils.
Yeah, and that's only the second time we've seen that today. Pretty uncharacteristic of this Red Devils offense.
We've seen a little bit of a trick call there from head coach Kurt Barth. Up here by 28 points. Looked like they may have had some room to run on the near side of the field. Douglas, of course, a big speed guy for the Red Devils, just unable to execute that one. Saw a low snap and just never really able to recover. As they will hand off left side, Joe Hughes in the game. Stiff arms a man to the ground, puts his head down, and he will get back to the original line of scrimmage at the 46-yard line, as Joe Hughes, with about a 5-yard gain there, will make it a 3rd and 10 for the Red Devils. So Joe Hughes met by a defender in the backfield, but a big, strong back for the Red Devils. You see the size there. A guy that sometimes you see, it looks like maybe almost a little bit running upright, but just strong, physical, the stiff arm there. Stiff arm the defender to the ground, picking up 5, getting back to the original line of scrimmage.
On this 3rd and 10, I wouldn't be surprised if the Red Devils go back to the outside screen here and try to pick up that first down.
As we see trips to the near side of the screen, Caleb Favre, the lone wide receiver, to the left as he play action there to Hughes, as Barth will step up in the pocket, evade the pressure. Just kind of throw that one away there as it will fall incomplete, and it will be a 4th and 10 for the Red Devils. Here as the punt team will take the field. Saw a couple of wide receivers with some space, but a nice pass rush there from Finlandia, forcing quarterback Drew Barth to step up in the pocket, fight off a defender, and he will just throw that one at the feet of the wide receivers.
Tanner Kenny deep to punt for the Red Devils.
Tanner Kenny deep to punt, and Eric Kostriva, the starting running back for the Lions, deep to return. As it appears there will be a 12 men on the field penalty for Finlandia. Another penalty on this Finlandia special teams unit.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 men in formation, imminent snap, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
It is now 4th and 5.
It will be an illegal substitution. 12 men on the field. Shorten it up a little bit, but it appears the punting team will remain on the field here at the Finlandia 49-yard line. 4th and 5 for the Red Devils.
Kenny's going to have a real good chance to pin him back deep now.
Kenny with the great leg on him, kicker and punter for this Red Devil squad, as it looks like he rolls out right a little bit. He's taking his time, and he will punt that one off towards the right sideline. Look like right there, maybe not a designed fake, but Kenny knew, as they will spot that one at the 30-yard line, Kenny knew if there was nothing there, don't push it, just punt that one off, get the yardage. But if he had a chance, Kenny, a very athletic player for this Red Devil squad, a lot of speed there. We saw last season a couple of fakes where he was able to take the ball 40, 50 yards. So right there, really kind of a read punt for the Red Devils. If he had the chance to take it, just a 5 yards they needed for the first down, they told him, take it. They have that faith in him. But if not, punt it off. Nice decision there by Kenny.
Yeah, it really gives him the option. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, more of the rugby-style punt there, as we saw really the line just kind of rotating to the right side. He'll punt it off as the Lions here, their first down play will go for about 9 yards to the 39-yard line. About a 9-yard gain there as we saw DJ Davis, the ball carrier for the Lions. A nice little gain there. We've seen those quick pitches out of the pistol formation, but oftentimes not able to get to the outside there. They got a little bit of space. A nice 9-yard gain on first down.
There was a gain of about 9 yards on the play, making it 2nd and 1 on the Lion 39.
It'll be 2nd and 1 on the Lion 39 here, as now we see Alex Blanc back in the game at quarterback for Finlandia. So that a bit of a high snap. They will look to go up the middle and gain a few yards, just enough for the first down there to the 42-yard line, about a 3-yard gain for number 26, DJ Davis, another freshman running back out of Flint, Michigan.
I'd really like to know what the deal is with these quarterbacks coming in and out. It seemed like Johnson was going to be in for good after that initial swap, but second quarterback's in once again.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of a struggle here offensively. I don't know how much of it is really the quarterback's fault here. It just seems like this Red Devil defense has been dominant. There's not really one position group you can pin it on, but like Kyle mentioned, we've seen a couple quarterback swaps here. Now Blanc getting his chance to shine. As the play action pass there.
That's a fumble.
That pass will roll out of bounds, like you mentioned, backwards right there. That'll be a fumble. That'll be a loss of about 8 yards for the Lions, going for the swing pass there, but that one going behind the wide receiver. Wide receiver just letting it slowly roll out of bounds. Lucky it didn't stay in there. Lucky the Red Devils didn't pick that one up. That'll be a big loss for the Lions there on first down.
Yeah, they were very fortunate the sideline was right there to save them.
So we'll now see a 2nd and 8-yard lines, 2nd and 18 from the 34-yard line here. For the Lions, a major loss here. Have to think they're looking to the passing game here, but we have seen these long situations going to the run, just trying to pick up a chunk of yards here and maybe play for the shorter third down, as they will go to a run. The quarterback draw, a gain of about 1 yard. Not sure I agree with that play call there. I understand the thinking that, of course, you're expecting the pass, hoping something opens up. But Blanc has appeared to be the less mobile of the two quarterbacks. With him in the game, I'm not sure I agree with that play call.
Yeah, especially up the middle. As we've mentioned several times already, that there is just nothing up the middle for Finlandia to gain, especially with the quarterback draw.
That draw not working out, as now it will be a 3rd and very long for Finlandia from their own 35-yard line, looking to get to the Red Devil 48. So we will see trips to the left side. The lone receiver on top appears to be Kiwawa, as they will drop back to pass. Some pressure there from the Red Devils. That one completed to Kiwawa, but it is very short. They will come about 7 yards short there to the 45-yard line, as now we see a flag come out. We see a flag come out at around the 35-yard line. Interesting to see what this will be here. Appears there was a little bit of action after the play there. We see the officials trying to figure this one out. Looks like it may be a personal foul on the Red Devils.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 95, 15-yard penalty.
It is, in fact, an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Red Devils, unfortunately giving Finlandia a first down. A big penalty there, giving Finlandia that first down when it was going to be a 4th and long situation.
Yeah, it is 34-6, so it's not a huge deal right now, but once we get into conference play, you absolutely cannot have that.
Yeah, these are plays that in these situations against such a tough conference, you're not going to have a 28-point lead every week. Like you mentioned, these first couple weeks, we've seen some blowout wins here from the Red Devils. Certainly good to see, but once you get in conference play, like Kyle mentioned, penalties you really can't afford to have, something that Coach Kurt Barth is certainly going to clean up coming into the bye week here next week before the big matchup with Aurora here at McKenzie Field.
Yeah, that might only be their first penalty of the game, but it is very untimely.
As now a 1-yard gain there for Finlandia, the tackle by Colton Favre, the senior safety out of Catlin. We talked about the penalties. A very clean game from Eureka. Not something that's going to hurt them now, but something you certainly Want to see guys keep that composure here later in the contest as the season goes on.
8 for the Lions.
As now a 2nd and 8 for Finlandia. The pistol snap will go to Blanc, and he will play action pass. Look, down the middle. He had an open receiver down the middle. Tony Greenwood a couple steps behind him with that pass over the head and incomplete for Finlandia. It'll be a 3rd and long here from the 39-yard line.
That's the second time we've seen Blanc just totally miss an open receiver.
Yeah, Blanc, the backup quarterback, we've seen him in a couple possessions here and just out of the reach of an open receiver. Had a chance to maybe get a little bit of a gain on the ground after catching that ball, a little bit of a chance to run there, just missing the throw, and that one will hurt for Finlandia. So we now have a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Eureka with a 28-point lead, up 34-6. Blanc will take the pistol snap, 3rd and long here. So he'll play action, roll out to the left side as that one complete to the 30-yard line and pushed out of bounds by the Eureka defender, as that will be right at the sticks, as they will call that one a 1st down. Nice presence of mind there and awareness by the wide receiver, number 84 there for Finlandia, Manny Woods, to get to the sticks on that route. You see oftentimes guys just come up maybe a little short, not being aware of where the 1st down marker is. Manny Woods, a nice job there of getting to the sticks and getting out of bounds.
Yeah, and once again, we see a rollout play be successful for Finlandia. That's really been their bread and butter, if they have a bread and butter this game.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble in the pocket, a big pass rush from the Red Devils. Nice job in the secondary there, a lot of speed, great closing speed that we've talked about on the back end. But a nice pass play there from Finlandia, as that run up the gut will go for about 2 yards there. It'll be another 2nd and 8. The runs, again, not much success in the run game. We've seen a couple runs right around 9-10 yards, but really only 2 or 3, and a couple of those coming on that quarterback draw, maybe even a broken play. As a whistle sounds on the end of the 3rd quarter, Eureka College will come into the 4th quarter looking to close this one out, up 34-6 over Finlandia. This Red Devil squad still rolling in the early weeks of the season after a couple blowout wins in the first 2 weeks, hoping to close this one out here at home, looking to go 3-0 into the bye week before they begin conference play for their first ever NAC matchup here at McKenzie Field. As now both teams take the field, ready to begin the 4th quarter of action here. Finlandia threatening inside the Eureka 30, but we've seen several times throughout this contest and throughout the season, the Red Devil defense has really tightened up and really played a superb red zone defense. As now Blanc in the game, he will have the play action pass and once again roll out to the right side, hit as he throws, and that one will be out of reach. Great pressure there from linebacker Mason Diedrich, the sophomore out of Washington, Illinois. We've seen him really step up right there in this contest. That was actually Jake Struckoff. Looked just like Mason Diedrich there on the pressure. A guy, this second unit kind of stepping in, not skipping a beat there.
Yeah, there's been several times this game where defense has gotten the quarterback, made him get the ball out quick, and it just hasn't been accurate.
Right there, nice pressure, forcing that bad ball on the rollout. It'll be a 3rd and 7 from the Eureka College 28 here as the Lions hope to convert another 3rd down, but Eureka looking to get off the field here as they've done so often in the past, as now Finlandia will be forced to call a timeout here just 7 seconds into the 4th quarter play. Looking calling that timeout. No coach wants to burn a timeout that early into the quarter, but Finlandia not wanting to waste this opportunity. This game, a 28-point game at this point. You don't want to waste opportunities, especially for this team coming in 0-2. Saw a bit of a big loss last week and hoping to really just work on some things late here in the contest, not wasting this 4th quarter of action. See here, the Red Devil defense takes the field. Take a moment to give a shout out to our excellent training staff here at Eureka College as another hot day here. We've seen the first several weeks a couple big temperature jumps. Week 1 around 100 degrees on the turf. Week 2 right around 50, 55 degrees. Here back up in the mid-90s. This training staff doing a good job of keeping guys hydrated. We saw week 1 them struggle with cramping a little bit. A lot of guys having to check out. But this week, training staff doing a great job keeping the guys on the field, keeping everyone hydrated. Here as Finlandia will roll out to the right side. Look to throw back left on a wheel route. And that one picked off by Colton Favre, the senior safety out of Catlin, as he will return that one to about the 6-yard line. The second interception of the day for the Red Devils from the safeties. Great coverage there by Colton Favre as we saw the Lions roll out right, and then Alex Blanc looked to go back left to a wheel route on the back he went play action to. That ball coming up just short as Colton Favre was on the hip of the running back coming out of the backfield. Great hands there. Intercepts that one. Again, the Red Devils making a big stand near their own end zone.
Interception on the play.
Yeah, that was a great play by Favre going up and getting the ball, but on offense, a lot of times throwing back across the field doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, you see that throw really only about 7 or 8 yards downfield, but having to go the length across the field, making it a much longer throw than it may appear, as the Red Devils will take over in deep in their own zone, as now Joe Hughes and Nick Holman in the contest. Nick Holman in at quarterback for Drew Barth, and Joe Hughes, the backup running back, who in the first couple of weeks has not seen a lot of carries, but big chunks of yardage. Broke off an 80-yarder last week, broke off a large run against Knox. Interesting to see what he can do here for the Red Devils.
When Anthony comes out of the game, the backfield really does not miss a beat. It's pretty impressive.
You see, certainly an All-American, you may think there would be a big drop-off. Of course, you can never replace the talents of Anthony Riesenover, but this offensive line just opening up big holes for these backs that are certainly capable here, taking over late in the contest, as now Dowdy will go up the middle for the Red Devils, picking up about 4 yards there to the 19-yard line. It'll be about a 3rd and 4 here for the Red Devils.
It will be 3rd and 4 for the Red Devils.
So we see now a couple of Red Devils that haven't seen a lot of snaps early in the contest checking in, getting that time up with the 28-point lead, 13:43. We talked about last week here just looking to kind of run some time off the clock, and then Joe Hughes ended up breaking a big run. Certainly something that these backs are still capable of. So offense can maybe get some big strikes even when they're trying to just run the clock down.
Yeah, I remember. I said Red Devils are just going to run it out here, call it a good game, go back to the locker room. But no, Hughes made me look dumb and just went for 80 yards.
As that one, however, will be swallowed up around the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 5 for the Red Devils as now the punting team takes the field, as a good defensive possession here for the Lions. You have to credit this Finlandia Lions team. Not a big roster. A lot of these guys late in a contest that's really kind of starting to see more and more out of reach. These guys still trying to play hard, getting that work in when it could be so easy to just check out of the contest and give up. These guys still putting up the effort there and forcing a 3-and-out from the Red Devils after the big Colton Favre interception. As that high snap there, nice job by Tanner Kenny of corralling that one and getting the punt off to the 49-yard line. Another nice punt from Kenny. That one could have gone over his head, really threatening a safety there, but Kenny, the athleticism, able to go up and get that one off, and it will be at the 49-yard line. Nice job there by the Eureka Red Devil special teams unit.
That's the second extremely athletic play we've seen from the punter in the past 2 weeks. Last week we mentioned that incredible punt that went over his head, and then he pinned Iowa Wesleyan deep. That time, like you said, that very easily could have turned into a safety.
Great job there. The special teams unit, maybe one that often gets overlooked when we've seen this offensive and defensive dominance, but Tanner Kenny doing a great job there. Like we mentioned, the Week 1 NAC Special Teams Player of the Week, certainly a threat on this Red Devil squad. As now we will see Johnson back in at quarterback for the Lions. So they will hand the ball up the middle to DJ Davis, the freshman running back out of Flint, Michigan, and he will plow his way forward for about a 4-yard gain there. It'll be about a 2nd and 6 for Finlandia. Mari Smith, the tackler, a freshman for Eureka College, as now we start to see a lot of the second unit guys in here for Eureka on this back end. But again, not really letting up in the contest. These second unit guys trying to get that work in, trying to earn a few more stabs here. As Johnson will take the pistol snap here. Takes the handoff there, and that one will be a little bit of a miscommunication. Looked like a play action that maybe Johnson was actually looking, that the running back thought was going to get handed off. The ball rolls up towards line of scrimmage, recovered by Finlandia for no gain. Really getting lucky there on what could have been a big mistake.
The Lions were very fortunate on that play.
So now it'll be about a 3rd and 6 from the 45-yard line as this Eureka Red Devil team looks to force another 3 and out here, as we've seen time and time again in today's contest. So we see Johnson again back in the contest. We've seen a lot of switching of the quarterbacks here. Not really sure what's going on there for Finlandia. As the Red Devils look to be showing a blitz here, they will bring some pressure off the edge as they will go to the flat. And that one, he will slip a tackler, and number 12, Aaron Young, will get a first down for Finlandia right there. Good job of slipping the first defender and getting to the line of scrimmage, getting to the first down markers, however, for the first down.
The ball is on the 30.
Red Devils once again bringing pressure there, but Johnson, an athletic quarterback, has shown flashes of what looks like he could be a very special player for Finlandia. Just able to escape the pressure there, get that one out to the tight end, get a nice first down. So now this snap to Johnson, a play action. He will look to go over the middle. That one just off the hands of the Eureka College defender. That one was number 26, Butler, a freshman out of Elmwood, Illinois. The pass a little bit out of reach of the wide receiver for Finlandia, and Butler almost coming up with that interception.
Yeah, this seems to be a trend with both quarterbacks from Finlandia. They're just not the most accurate, and when you're struggling in a game like this, taking what the defense gives you, you just gotta take what the defense will give you, and they haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, certainly struggling here in a contest where you're down by such a large deficit the entire game. That passing game becomes huge, and these quarterbacks just not able to hit some receivers even when they've had a little bit of space. So now Johnson looks like they'll go with the read option. He will keep that one up the gut, stay on his feet, breaks a few tackles there. Looks like he may be just a bit short of the first down, as it will be 3rd and inches here for the Lions. A nice read there by Johnson. And we talked about that read option key, keeping the ball in the pocket as long as possible, getting the correct read right there. Johnson saw a little bit of space, pulled it back, getting about a 9-yard gain there, coming up just inches short of the first down here. As now Finlandia is inside the Eureka 30 at the 29-yard line.
And they've utilized Johnson's legs more here as the game goes on. I'm surprised that it wasn't more in their game plan at the very beginning of the game.
It's surprising to see what the game could have looked like if they had maybe utilized that earlier. So handoff to the left side, a first down there for the Lions as they give that one off to number 26, DJ Davis. As he right there, you saw, really not looking to go deep on that one, just looking to get the first down, both hands over the ball, not wanting to cough that one up. As Colby Brannick will make the tackle there, and it'll be a first down for the Lions at the 26-yard line.
The ball is down to the 26-yard line. It's a first down for Finlandia.
Again, right around the same area where last time we saw the Colton Favre interception. This defense looking to tighten up once again in the red zone. So now 2 wide receivers on the near side of your screen as Johnson is in that pistol set once again. He will take the snap, the quick pitch to Davis.
Number 20.
As Davis is driven back after a short gain of about 3 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Finlandia.
Gotta love the defense swarming the ball there. There are 2 or 3 guys all over the running back.
Yeah, you've seen one guy kind of wrap up the ball carrier and 11 hats trying to get to the ball right there. Great job by the defense just swarming the ball carrier. So we are now with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in this contest. Eureka looking to close this one out here and advance to 3-0 for the first time since the 1991 season. Johnson takes a snap. He looks to the right side looking for the flat, and we see pressure up the middle now as he will look to roll to the outside. And Austin McCarty with the sack there in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards there. McCarty not giving up. We saw Johnson, the athleticism, trying to roll out right after some nice pressure there from Julius Payton. McCarty able to stay step for step and get him in the backfield for the quarterback sack. As that will force a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 12 there for the Lions here, as the Red Devils again tightening up here defensively as they get deeper into their own zone.
It's pretty incredible to see it. Every time it seems Finlandia gets about the 30, can't get anywhere any closer.
Now Johnson will drop back, looking left. He has 3 wide receivers left as they work towards the middle. He rolls out right and completes that pass inside the 15-yard line to about the 14 there. That'll be a 1st down. Again, a nice job by the Finlandia wide receivers of getting to the sticks and getting that 1st down there. You see oftentimes guys kind of get lost and will be open, catch a ball on the sideline, go out of bounds just short of the markers. Finlandia wide receivers with some great football knowledge there, a nice football IQ to get to the sticks, and you'll catch that one out of bounds. A 1st down as now Finlandia is inside the red zone.
What is this, maybe the 2nd, 3rd time they've been in the red zone all day?
Yeah, Finlandia not a lot of success in this zone here so far. We'll see how this goes as they hand off to Davis as he will cut back left side. Looks like he has a look at the end zone. That'll be a touchdown for Finlandia. A little bit of a counter play there that really worked for the Lions as he looked to the right side, nothing there, stuck the foot in the ground and cut back to the left side, and that'll be about an 18-yard touchdown there for Finlandia for Davis as he will cut this lead here, 34-12 for Finlandia. A little bit too little, too late here. But this Finlandia squad, once again, just not giving up there, being aggressive here late in the contest when it would be so easy to just cash this one in.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there was absolutely no room on that right side where he initially wanted to go. But he saw the daylight on the left side and took advantage.
As this extra point will once again be blocked and caught there by Matt Sutton. These low kicks not getting blocked at the line, but the second line there for the Red Devils just catching the kick right there as Matt Sutton able to bring that one down. No good on the extra point attempt. It'll be 34-12 here for the Red Devils. Under 6.5 minutes here at 6:25. This Red Devil squad now looking to get the ball back here. And again, we talked about just running the clock out. It's key in these games, just keeping guys healthy. It's a hot day. Guys out here trying to stay hydrated, fighting here late in the contest. The Red Devils have the lead here. This one certainly out of reach here for Finlandia. But the Red Devils just looking to run the clock out, be fundamentally safe, of course, no penalties, no turnovers, just getting the job done here late in the contest.
Yeah, we're talking about running the clock out here, but you know, as soon as we start saying that, you know what's going to happen is one of these running backs is going to score a touchdown.
Yeah, this is a game, talking to players throughout the week, they wanted to score big in this contest. So certainly even trying to run the ball out, like Kyle mentioned, these backs are still looking to get their nose in the end zone. These guys very aggressive and not wanting to just give up. You may be told, just run the clock out, but that's not what they're looking for. They are looking to get to that second level and get their name in the scoring column. As Eureka here will line up looking for an onside recovery. So you'd have to think Finlandia going for the onside kick here. So instead, they will actually just kick it deep, and James Douglas III will catch that one over the shoulder around the 1 yard line. He'll be jogging. He will cut back to the right side, up the middle, a little bit of space here, as he will cut outside. One man to beat there to get the edge, and he will beat him. A nice block there by Colton Favre there on the back end around the 30-yard line. As a big return there by James Douglas III out to the 43-yard line.
We've seen great special teams play on both sides from the return teams. We've seen Finlandia 2 times make it across the 50. Now we've seen a couple huge returns from Eureka.
So that one easily could have turned out badly for the Red Devils as Douglas III trying to catch that one over the shoulder, picking it up at the 1. Great coverage there by Finlandia, but James Douglas just the speed. It's hard to catch up with a guy. They talk about all the time, you can't teach speed. And that guy just got to the edge. We talked about one man to beat on the corner, got a block from Colton Favre, and picked up another 10 yards. As now Holman will take the snap for the Red Devils. See, hands it off to Dowdy. Dowdy goes up the middle, puts his shoulder down and picks up about 8 yards to the 49-yard line as he will cross onto the Finlandia side of the 50. Tackled there by Taylor Benetti. This Red Devil offense, these backs, the power of these backs. You see they get to the outside, the speed. It's rare you see such a nice combination, but these three backs all possess a combination of power and speed. Nice to see for Coach Kurt Barth for this season and looking forward. A lot of talent there in the backfield. So one with two backs in the backfield. He will hand it off to Joe Hughes. Joe Hughes slipping through some space there. Looked like he had just inches to hit the hole. He turns his hips and gets through the hole, gets a first down there. Nice pickup by Joe Hughes to the 43-yard line.
First down for the Red Devils. Down to the 43.
Yeah, I have no idea how he just slipped through there. That looked like there was no room.
Looked like there were two defenders in the backfield, and Joe Hughes stuck to his hole, didn't try to cut outside. Talked about the strength, a guy that's really impressed us early with his physicality running the ball. Just slips through the defenders there and gets back to the middle of the field. Nice job there by Joe Hughes. Again, the Red Devils going with a two-back set here in the backfield as that one will be handed off up the middle. Another nice gain by the Red Devils. That time the ball carrier, number 28, Jace Chamberlain, a freshman out of Canton, Illinois. Jace Chamberlain, a guy we haven't seen a lot of carries from so far in the season, as we talk about often. Lee Anthony Reason over Joe Hughes and Peyton Dowdy. But a nice run there. Up the middle, a gain of 5 there for Jace Chamberlain.
Making it 2nd and 5.
It'll be 2nd and 5 here from the 38-yard line. So again, the three wide receiver set with two backs in the backfield. So we see the handoff to Dowdy out the right side. He looks to get to the outside, makes a couple defenders miss, and just tripped up by the shoelaces there at about the 36-yard line. Looked like he had one more guy to make miss, and he could have been off and running there.
You know, Finlandia obviously knows what's coming every play now, but yet they can't seem to get a stop at the line of scrimmage. Every play is positive yardage for the Red Devils.
You see the second group of linemen in here for the Red Devils still getting that big push up front, really pushing around the Finlandia defensive line. As this one hand off to the left side, he will look to get the edge there. He stiff arms one defender to the ground, puts the head down, and Jace Chamberlain will get right up around the first down marker. Interesting to see. Looks like they call him just inches short here. It'll be 4th and inches for the Red Devils. It looks like the offense is sticking on the field here.
Going to be about 2 feet shy of a first down.
Coach Barr sticking with the offense. 4th and inches here for the Red Devils. Looked like Chamberlain did a nice job. Looked like he was maybe a little further back in the backfield than we expected, but of not taking that tackle for loss, fighting back, gaining a couple here, just coming up a few inches short.
Yeah, from up here, I thought he had it.
Now again, two backs in the backfield, three wide receiver set. We've seen the same formation the last couple snaps. A big stop there from Finlandia as number 24, Jalen Armstrong, got hit almost as soon as he got the ball and thrown down in the backfield. That'll be a turnover on down for the Red Devils. Nice stop there for Finlandia. Again, good to see this defense still fighting here in a contest where the Red Devils have obviously won this one up 34-12 with 2:46 left. Again, this offense, credit them for just doing a good job of eating up about 6 minutes off the clock there.
Yeah, that's big-time defense from Finlandia there. That's really the first time, I think, that we have seen a stop in the backfield.
Yeah, as Finlandia just getting a nice push there as they will take over, look to get one more score here on the board before time runs out. This defense certainly not wanting to budge an inch here for the Red Devils. We'll see a three wide receiver set, and now Blanc back in the contest. They will hand it off to Davis, and he has swallowed up in the backfield, thrown down hard by number 60, Randy Malloy.
Number 69, Nathan Petty, the freshman, also out of Canton, Illinois. Another little giant.
Big stop there for the Red Devils on first down. You've seen these Eureka defenders. You like to wrap a guy up. You like to get him down yourself, but oftentimes we've seen even if a guy gets shut up, the defenders crash into the ball. The strength of these defenders, able to go to the ground holding the backs and still just rip them down to the ground, not letting them break a tackle there. Nice tackle by the defensive tackle for the Red Devils.
No doubt about it. It just seems every time there's a run, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys right all over the running back.
As we see right there, another stop in the backfield. Finlandia losing yardage on both of these first 2 runs here. As we see number 48, Chris Fleshman, with the tackle there. Mentioned a couple guys to the ball. Right there, we saw Fleshman get to the ball, and then a couple guys come wrap up, slam him down to the ground. Another loss for Finlandia. It'll be a 3rd and 12 from their own 38-yard line.
3rd and 12 for the Lions.
As this snap of play action, he will roll out left and some pressure off the outside edge. So he'll find a way to complete that one. And the tight end cut down. Looks like he may be right at the sticks. We saw some pressure there from number 33, Quentin Lake, the sophomore out of West Harrison, Indiana, for Eureka. As they will say, that one will be a first down for Finlandia, as Aaron Young, the freshman tight end for Finlandia, was able to get to the sticks on that one, fighting for every yard there, just getting the first down.
That was a very nice play by the Finlandia quarterback, too, throwing against his body. That's the most accurate we've seen him all day, and that was probably one of his toughest throws. As
Blanc now will once again hand it up the middle in this Red Devil defensive line, giving them no room to run right there up the middle, as they will be swallowed up in the backfield. As now the clock ticks under 30 seconds here as Eureka looks to secure this victory and go 3-0 for the first time since 1991. This Eureka Red Devil squad coming off of that huge conference championship last season. We saw a lot of excitement around this campus, a lot of excitement from these guys, ready to come and see what they could do in this new conference. As they look to go 3-0, getting ready to go into a bye week where they will come back and face Aurora at home here at McKenzie Field. Certainly one everyone's looking forward to here in Eureka. As the final snap of the game, Blanc will get the ball, look to the right side. That pass will be completed for about 10 yards, but the clock will expire and we will hear the horn, and the Red Devils come away with the 34-12 victory over Finlandia. A big win here from Eureka College. Another dominating performance from this Red Devil squad.
Yeah, all around, very impressive. Offense was good, led by Lee Anthony, of course. Defense up the middle was strong.
Great performance on both sides of the ball and on special teams for the Red Devils here, as the Red Devils advance to 3-0 before heading into NAC competition. We look forward to seeing you here in 2 weeks as the Red Devils will face their first NAC opponent in Aurora. Once again, I'm Thomas Harrison alongside me, Kyle Cashdollar. Make sure you check out all the stats and the postgame write-up on EurekaRedDevils.com, as we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Thank you very much for tuning in.